Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We are getting ready for tonight's matchup with East Grand Forks taking on Roseau in Minnesota High School girls hockey. Projected first puck is at 6:45, but we will start the pregame show after the second intermission of this JV matchup that we were watching right now. This is a test. Projected puck drop, 6:45. Pregame show projected to start in the next 10 minutes.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We're coming to you from the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota for some high school girls hockey. The Greenwave playing host to the Roseau Rams, a game of two teams that have high expectations for this season. We have a delayed start to our pregame show. We still have one period left to go in the JV matchup between these two schools, of which Roseau leads by a score of 3-1. Speaking of which, our pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Last year, these two teams battled against one another just once. Roseau came out on top of that one by a score of 6-0 in these two schools' only matchup last season. The Greenwave had a record of 11-13-3 last season. That culminated in a Class 1A Section 8 semifinal loss against Crookston by a score of 3-0. However, they returned 5 of their top 6 scores from last season, so high hopes for the Wave as they try to climb the mountain and win the section this season to advance to the XL Energy Center for the state tournament. They were led by Blake Schultz last season, who is returning. Last year, Blake Schultz had 35 goals, 21 assists, resulting in 56 total points on the season. Though so far, they are 1-1 on the year, with their first game coming last Friday, November 8th, and that was a victory by a score of 6-4 at Northern Lakes. Then the following day on Saturday, November 9th, they lost by a score of 6-1 at Bemidji. Taking a look at the Rams, last season they were 19-12, and that ended with a state tournament appearance after beating Moorhead in the Class 2A Section 8 title game by a score of 5-4. Roseau returns all of their talent from last season. Their top 9 scorers combining for 252 points on the year in 2023-2024, coming back for this 2024-2025 campaign. So Roseau is poised to make their way back to the XL Energy Center yet again this year. Last year, 2 scorers that are returning once again this season. They were led by Jasmine Hovda. She had 64 total points, 26 goals and 38 assists, and Peyton Remick, who had 26 goals and 22 assists for 48 overall points. So far this season, they have the same record as the Greenwave. They are 1-1 on the season. Last Friday, they defeated Sartell Sauk Rapids by a score of 8-0. And then the following day, Saturday, November 9th, they lost by a score of 2-1 against Proctor Hermantown. This is the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Once again, we're going to have a delayed start to tonight's puck drop with East Grand Forks taking on Roseau in girls high school hockey. Puck drop was originally planned to be at 6:45. However, we have 16 and a half minutes remaining in the third period of this JV matchup. So it looks like we are going to have a delayed start to tonight's puck drop between these two teams. We're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll go through some elements and give you some topics to keep an eye on for tonight. You are watching Minnesota High School Girls Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to SprayAdvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the pregame show on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Originally, puck drop was scheduled for 6:45 p.m. this evening. However, it looks like we are going to have a delayed start to tonight's matchup between East Grand Forks and Roseau in Minnesota High School girls hockey. Both teams are 1-1 on the season. Right now, we're going to take a look at the drive for the title. The drive for the title is brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV today at Toys for Trucks. Taking a look at the Class A Section 8 results. We talked about how East Grand Forks has fared so far this season. All the action has taken place in a two-day stretch last weekend, Friday, November 8th and Saturday, November 9th. East Grand Forks 1-1 on the season, winning the opener on the road by a score of 6-4 at Northern Lakes, and then losing game 2 also on the road by a score of 6-1 against Bemidji. Taking a look around the section, Warroad beating Proctor Hermantown by a score of 7-1. Roseau beating Sartell Sauk Rapids by a score of 8-0. Then on Saturday, we also had a score of Proctor Hermantown 2, Roseau 1. So that is the drive for the title, brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV today at Toys for Trucks. Still very early in the season, so not a lot to look into so far with the early results that have came in last weekend. But we know that both these teams that we're going to watch play tonight, East Grand Forks and Roseau, have high expectations for the season. East Grand Forks returning 5 of their top scorers from last season, led by Blake Schultz, who last season had 56 points, 35 goals, and 21 assists. So she's looking to take that next step this season and lead East Grand Forks to the XL Energy Center for the state tournament later on in 2025. Roseau returning even more firepower than East Grand Forks. They're returning all 9 of their top scorers from last season. That's a combined 252 points. We will talk about that in more detail later on in the pregame show, but they're returning firepower from a team that did make it to the state tournament in Section 2A, the Class 2A Section 8 champion representative. They went 19-12 last season, and that ended in a state tournament appearance, like I just mentioned, after they beat Moorhead in the Class 2A Section 8 title game by a score of 5-4. So a lot of firepower, a lot of expectations for both of these teams, starting to feel comfortable on the ice once again, mid-November game. Not expecting both of these teams to have their games completely polished. However, they're going to try to continually improve as the season progresses to put them in the running when the section tournaments come around. Right now, let's take a look at the fuel for the game, brought to you by Circle K. Circle K open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, Taking a look at the players and their stats so far this season, we talked about Blake Schultz last season. She had 56 points for the Green Wave. So far in 2 games, she has 3 points. Also up there for the Wave is Laurel Colstow with 2 points in 2 games, and then Sophia Lugak. She has 1 goal on the season. Last year she had 27 points. So far for the Roseau Rams this season, Jasmine Hovda picking up right where she left off last year in 2 games. She has 5 points, 3 goals, and 2 assists. Peyton Remick, 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points. And Ella Kettering, 1 goal and 2 assists, culminating in 3 points. Returning 2 of their leading scorers from last season, you see Jasmine Hovda. Last year had 64 points on the season, 26 goals, 38 assists. And Peyton Remick, she had 48 points last year, 26 goals and 22 assists. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We are expecting a delayed start to tonight's puck drop between East Grand Forks and Roseau in Minnesota High School girls hockey. However, we are going to continue our coverage of the pregame show. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break, hear another word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with the pregame show on KNOX Live Sports.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. For those of you just tuning in, we are going to have a delayed puck drop for tonight's matchup between Roseau and East Grand Forks in Minnesota High School girls hockey. The original puck drop was scheduled for 6:45 p.m. However, the JV game still has 9 minutes remaining in period number 3. Roseau leading this matchup by a score of 4-1. Maybe they can get to running time to speed things up. However, nevertheless, we are going to have a delayed start to tonight's matchup for those of you just tuning in. But we are going to pick up where we left off for the pregame show. The pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you. and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Right now, let's take a look at the starting lineup. The starting lineup is brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. So I have the line charts and numbers here, so I'm going to corroborate that with the program that I have in front of me, so bear with me. I'm going to read the entire line chart starting for Roseau. Forward line number 1 for Roseau, reading left to right, so we're going to go left wing, center, right wing. Number 25 is the starting left winger, Ella Kettering. Number 5 is the starting center, Jasmine Hovda. Number 37, that's going to be Jarrett Teets. That rounds out line number 1. Line number 2, number 22, we're going to have Greta Hedlund. Number 7, Peyton Remick. Number 6, Lily Erickson. And then line number 3. Number 3 is going to be Lana Ullman. Number 12 is going to be Katrina Christensen. And number 15 is going to be Madeline Magnuson. That rounds out line number 3 and the forward lines for the Roseau Rams, rolling with only 3 forward lines here tonight against East Grand Forks. Now taking a look at the defense, defensive pairing number 1 is going to be number 9, Summer Bufflin. Bufflin is a name that would usually trip me up with the pronunciation, but because of the notoriety of who I would have to imagine is a family member, Dustin Bufflin, played in the National Hockey League, I have the ability to pronounce that last name. Her defensive partner is going to be number 10, Addison Johnson. Defensive pairing number 2, number 8, we have Kylie Bierk. Number 2 is going to be Amelia Kaveen. Now, and then we have an additional extra defenseman who is going to rotate in with defensive pairings 1 and 2, and that is going to be number 20. I have her on the JV roster as Abby Edberg. There is not a number 20 on the varsity roster, so that's correction I am going to have to keep in my mind moving forward throughout tonight's broadcast. And the starting goaltender for the Roseau Rams is going to be number 33, Cheyenne Christ. Roseau is led by their head coach, Amanda Giles. Now taking a look at the starting lines for your East Grand Forks Greenwave Lady Hockey team. Line number 1, going from left to right, left winger Laura Pesch. The centerman is going to be number 8, Blake Schultz. Number 13, the right winger, is going to be Laurel Colstow. Line number 2, we're going to have Lola Pesch. Number 16, that's Braylee Rasmussen. And number 9, that's Sofia Lukic. Line number 3, number 37, Keely Janicki. Number 15, we're going to have Keely Dronin. Number 22, that's Jolie Aker. And that will also round out the lines for East Grand Forks. Both teams tonight all choosing to utilize only 3 forward lines, and both teams have a rather full JV roster as well, so some intentional decisions there by both head coaches. Now taking a look at the defensive pairs for East Grand Forks. Defensive pairing number 1 includes number 7, Claire McDonald, and number 12, that's Ava Kleinwachter. Defensive pairing number 2, number 17, Sydney McDonald, and her defensive partner is going to be number 6, Megan Berg. Defensive pairing number 3 is going to include number 33, Eliana Dumas, and number 25, that is Brooke Hecht. And then an additional defenseman that is going to be a part of the rotation, that is number 27, Kira Bai. The starting goaltender for East Grand Forks tonight, actually do not have that in front of me. Let me pull that up on my phone. As the head coach, Alex Robertson, texted me the line charts as I arrived at the arena. So the starting goaltender tonight for the Green Wave is going to be number 31, Britlin Rasmussen. We have plenty of time to roll through those lines yet again before puck drop. Once again, for those of you just joining us, we are going to have a delayed puck drop here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. We were supposed to start this one at 6:45. However, there is now 6 minutes remaining in the third period of the JV matchup. Roseau now leading East Grand Forks by a score of 4-2. So East Grand Forks got one back while I was reading through the starting lines. And those starting lineups were brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. We're going to take another quick break here, folks. Go to another commercial break. We will be right back with our pregame coverage of Minnesota high school hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College with faculty and staff here to help you succeed. We know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Tonight we are bringing you girls Minnesota High School Hockey. East Grand Forks playing host to the Roseau Rams here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. We're going to have a delayed start to the puck drop of the varsity game as that start was originally slated to begin at 6:45. However, there is now 2.5 minutes remaining in the third period of the JV matchup between these two schools. East Grand Forks actually just scored to pull within one with just 2.5 minutes remaining. So maybe some onions still yet to be cut in this matchup in the JV game. You are watching the pregame show. The pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Both of these teams coming in, returning a lot of their scorers from last season. Roseau returns their 9 top scorers from the 2023-2024 campaign. That's a combined 252 points on the season. That's more than the entire East Grand Forks girls team last year. If you add up all of their players' total points for the season, Roseau returns that level of scoring, and that's just the top 9 that are returning to the 2024-2025 squad. Last year they were led by Jasmine Hovda, who had 64 points on the season with 26 goals and 38 assists, and Peyton Remick, who had 48 points on the year, 26 goals and 22 assists. This year they are 1-1 on the season. Last weekend they traveled to Sartell Sauk Rapids, and they came away with a victory in that one in a rather lopsided margin by a score of 8-0. Then the following evening, they lost to Proctor Hermantown by a score of 2-1. Taking a look at East Grand Forks and how they're planning to shake out this season. Last year they had an overall record of 11-13-3. Their season ended in the Class 1A Section 8 semifinal against Crookston by a score of 3-0. However, they do return 5 of their top 6 scores from last season, led by the stellar Blake Schultz, who had 56 total points on the season in the 2023-24 campaign, and that included 35 goals and 21 assists. So everybody in the arena is excited to see the development that Schultz is taking in between her junior and senior season. The Greenwave are also 1-1 on the season so far in the 2024-25 campaign. Also playing last Friday and Saturday. Last Friday they traveled to Northern Lakes. They won that one by a score of 6-4. And then the following day, Saturday, November 9th, they lost at Bemidji by a score of 6-1. Once again, for those of you just joining us, we have a delayed puck drop to tonight's game between East Grand Forks and Roseau. We are taking you through the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Puck drop was originally slated to start at 6:45. However, with still over a minute remaining, we actually have a timeout on the ice right now as East Grand Forks JV team trails Roseau by a score of 4-3 in the final moments of this matchup. I believe the varsity teams are going to warm up on the dirty ice, then they are going to clean the sheet, and then we will begin. So just a back-of-the-napkin estimation, I'm going to say we're probably not expected to have puck drop until around 7:25, 7:30 p.m. here this evening, but that is much to the delight of our cameraman, Joey Spanger, as he is paid by the hour. Once again, this pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Minnesota High School Girls Hockey, East Grand Forks playing host at the Civic Center to Roseau. Roseau last season had an overall record of 19-12, and they climbed the mountain, making it to the state tournament last season, winning their Section 8 title game against Moorhead by a score of 5-4. They lost the opening round at state, won in the first round of the consolation bracket, and were able to play all 3 games in the state tournament, and then they lost the consolation championship. So Roseau, with a team that returns 9 of their top scorers from last season and who had a win in the consolation side of the bracket at the state tournament at the XL Energy Center last year, comes to the Civic Center, and these two teams, when they met last year, Roseau beat East Grand Forks by a score of 6-0. So certainly there is no denying that the Rams are going to be favored here this evening. We actually have a 2-on-1 in this JV game as East Grand Forks is trying to tie things up with 30 seconds remaining. But we're going to take another break here as we continue our pregame coverage of East Grand Forks versus Roseau girls high school hockey, being brought to you on the KNOX Live Sports Network.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
cares in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Wow, Ram buyers, listen up. Right now, get 22% off all remaining Ram trucks at Nelson Auto in Grand Forks. Yep, you heard right, 22% off. You pick 1500 or heavy duty and save 22% right off the top. Or get 0% for 72 months on select Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Pacifica, or Dodge Hornet. These are huge discounts and 0% is back. It's a great time to take a test drive. Grab these huge discounts and low financing now at Nelson Auto Center, Grand Forks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network coverage of girls Minnesota high school hockey. East Grand Forks playing host to the Roseau Rams here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. You are watching the pregame show. Pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. We are having a delayed start to puck drop here this evening. The JV game just wrapped up and both of the varsity rosters are on the ice, starting their pregame warm-up routine with 11 minutes remaining in the pregame routine. They are going to have to bring the Zamboni onto the ice to clean the sheet before we start the first period. So a tentative puck drop time of around 7:25, 7:30. That's just my back-of-the-napkin projection, so don't go anywhere. We will have that coverage right here for you, and we will continue on with the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Right now, let's take another look at the fuel for the game. The fuel for the game is brought to you by Circle K, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Blake Schultz, right, that's the keys to the game. Right now, we're going to take a look at the fuel for the game. Blake Schultz, so far this season in 2 games, has 3 points. Everybody has played 2 games on this graphic. Laurel Costo has 2 points, a goal and an assist. And Sophia Lukak has 1 goal on the season. Last year, Blake Schultz led the East Grand Forks Greenwave with 56 points. So she's returning yet again this year, trying to take another step and attempting to lead the Greenwave to the XL Energy Center for the state tournament. But a whole season lays ahead for the Wave. Now taking a look at Roseau, they return their top 9 scorers from the 2023-2024 season. That is unheard of in high school hockey, no matter what state you live in, no matter if it's boys or girls playing. That is an unbelievable amount of goals and assists returning for the Rams. They are led so far this year by Jasmine Hovda, who led the team with 64 points last season, 26 goals, 38 assists. So far this year, in only 2 games, she has 5 points, 3 goals, and 2 assists. Peyton Remick last season had 48 points, 26 goals, and 22 assists. This season, in 2 games, she has 4 points, 1 goal, and 3 assists. And then also another player to keep an eye on tonight for Roseau is Ella Kettering. So far this season, she has 1 goal and 2 assists, culminating in 3 points. That is the Circle K fuel for the game. Circle K is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right now, let's take a look at the keys for the game, brought to you by Jarrell's. See what's new for the season and stop in today. East Grand Forks certainly is the underdog in tonight's matchup against Roseau, a team that went to the state tournament last season and won a game in the consolation side of the bracket. They are going to need to keep Blake Schultz involved. Last year, she had 56 points, like we've mentioned many times so far throughout the duration of the pregame show. And they're going to want to play solid goaltending. Chances are the Rams are going to outshoot the Wave tonight. So if East Grand Forks wants to stay competitive, they're going to need a good performance in between the pipes. Also, in regards to playing a clean game of hockey, the Wave are going to want to stay out of the penalty box. They're going to have a tough time keeping Roseau out of their own end at full strength. Nevertheless, they do not want to go down a player and put Roseau on the power play. That is where the Rams will start licking their chops. Now taking a look at the keys to the game for the Roseau Rams, brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season and stop in today. Once again, the top returning scorer for the Rams, we've mentioned it many times in the pregame show, she has 64 points in the 2023-2024 campaign. They need to keep her involved, especially on the power play. That plays to the message for East Grand Forks in regards of them wanting to stay out of the box, because if they do go a player short, Jasmine Hovda and the rest of that Roseau power play unit is going to take advantage. Their top 9 scorers return, so they are going to be applying a lot of pressure. That is a combined 252 points that they are returning from the 2023-2024 Roseau High School team. And they also need to take advantage on special teams. When they go on the power play, they are going to want to convert. I'm sure head coach for Roseau, and once again, that head coach is going to be Amanda Giles, will be disappointed with anything less than 100% success rate on the power play for the Rams. Once again, folks, for those of you just joining us, we are having a delayed start to puck drop here tonight. The JV game went final later than we expected it to. East Grand Forks lost that one by a score of 3-4, so it's a good sign for the program that they're staying competitive with Roseau at the JV level, trying to transfer that relative success over to the varsity game. And I am expecting puck drop to take place around 7:25 or 7:30. We have 7 minutes remaining of the pregame routine. And then the Zamboni is going to take the ice, clean the sheet, and we will have starting lineups read off and the national anthem played. So puck drop I would anticipate to begin at 7:25 or 7:30, but do not go anywhere. We are going to continue our coverage of the pregame show. When we come back, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. You are watching Minnesota High School Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to SprayAdvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Tonight's broadcast will feature East Grand Forks girls hockey taking on Roseau here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. We are going to have a delayed start to tonight's matchup. Puck drop was originally scheduled to take place at 6:45. However, here we are 30 minutes later after a delayed ending to the JV matchup where East Grand Forks fell to Roseau in a tight one by a score of 4-3. We still have 3 minutes remaining of the pregame routine, and then the Zamboni is going to have to clean the sheet. So expecting puck drop to take place anytime in the next 15 minutes. I've been saying 7:25, 7:30 is our estimated puck drop for tonight's game between East Grand Forks and Roseau. You are watching the pregame show, an extended version of it, and that is brought to you by True North Equipment. We are true to our values and driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. And giving a shout out to our network sponsors, Rivards Turf and Forage. Check out all of their specialized seeds at rivards.com, and Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts sales and service in East Grand Forks, right off of Highway 2. Right now, we're going to take another look at the starting lineups for both teams. The starting lineups are brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. We're going to read the entirety of the line chart for you. I have the numbers and the last names laid out in front of me. We are going to start for the Roseau Rams, starting with forward line number 1. Their starting left wing is number 25, Ella Kettering. Starting center is going to be number 5, Jasmine Hovda. And the right winger is Jarrett Teets. Line number 2, left winger is going to be number 22, Greta Hedlund. Center, Peyton Remick. Right winger, number 6, Lily Erickson. Line number 3 will include number 3, Lana Ullman. The center is going to be number 12, Katrina Christensen. And number 15, the right winger, is Madeline Magnuson. That will do it for the forwards on the line chart for the Roseau Rams, electing to roll with 3 lines. Now taking a look at the defensive pairings for Roseau. Defensive pairing number 1 will include Summer Bufflin, as well as number 10, Addison Johnson. Defensive pairing number 2 will include number 8, Kylie Björk, and number 2, Amelia Kaveen. And finally, an additional defender who will be rotating in with both of those defensive pairings is going to be number 20, who I presume to be Abby Edberg. We do not have a number 20 listed on the varsity roster, but there is a number 20 listed on the junior varsity roster. That's an 8th grader playing both defense and forward. So unless I am corrected, I am going to assume that number 20 is going to be Abby Edberg. And then the starting goaltender for Roseau is going to be number 33, Cheyenne Christ. Taking a look at the starting lines for East Grand Forks High School. Starting with forward line number 1, left wing is going to be number 19. That is going to be Laura Pesch. The starting center is going to be star Blake Schultz. Right winger is going to be number 13, Laurel Colstow. Line number 2 will include number 21, Lola Pesch. And number 16 will be the center. That is going to be Braylee Rasmussen. And the right winger is going to be number 9, Sophia Lukic. Line number 3 is going to feature number 37, Keely Janicki, number 15, Keely Dronin, and number 22, that is going to be Jolie Aker. The defensive pairings for the Greenwave will include number 7, that is Claire McDonald, and number 12, that's Ava Kleinwachter. Defensive pairing number 2 is going to include number 17, Sydney McDonald, and number 6, that is Megan Berg. And then defensive pairing number 3, we have 3 names listed, so I'm sure we're going to have a rotation of a sort between the 3 of these names. Number 33, Eliana Dumas. Number 25, that is going to be Brooke Hecht. And number 27, that is Kiera Bai. And then the starting goaltender for the Green Wave is going to be number 31, the senior, Britlin Rasmussen. Rasmussen is going to have a stellar performance in between the pipes here tonight, as when these teams faced off against each other in the 2023-2024 campaign. Roseau came out victorious in that matchup by a score of 6-0. Both teams, however, are 1-1 on the season. East Grand Forks has faced off against Northern Lakes, who they beat by a score of 6-4, and Bemidji, who got the better of them by a score of 6-1. Roseau so far playing on the same days as East Grand Forks, November 8th and 9th. They defeated Sartell by a lopsided score of 8-0, and then they lost to Proctor Hermantown 2-1. Roseau returning a lot of firepower this season, as does East Grand Forks, who returns 5 out of their top 6 scores from last season. We're going to take another break, folks, as the warm-ups have concluded. The Zamboni is getting ready to hit the ice. We are nearing puck drop finally here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back of our coverage of girls high school hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are wrapping up our pregame show, getting ready for a delayed start to tonight's matchup between East Grand Forks and Roseau in girls Minnesota high school hockey. Both teams are 1-1 on the season, and both teams are coming in returning a lot of firepower from last season. Roseau especially returning their top 9 scorers from last season, and that is a team during the 2023-2024 campaign that made it to state. They defeated Moorhead in the Class 2A Section 8 title game by a score of 5-4, and they won a game at the state tournament. That was on the consolation side of the bracket. However, making it to the XL Energy Center in and of itself is quite the accomplishment, as we all know in Minnesota high school hockey. And to be able to win a game there, well, that's just the extra sprinkles on top. Roseau returning a lot of talent from last year. They're going to try to take an additional step and try to compete for a state championship this season. You got to think that certainly is an attainable aspiration for Amanda Giles and this Roseau team. The Greenwave, they went 11-13-3 last season, and that ended in a Class 1A Section 8 semifinal defeat against Crookston. They lost that one by a score of 3-0. However, the Wave returned 5 of their top 6 scorers from last season. They are led by Blake Schultz, who already has 3 points on the season and put up 56 last season, 35 goals and 21 assists. They are 1-1 on the year, like I had previously mentioned, with a victory against Northern Lakes and a defeat at the hands of Bemidji. Once again, for those of you just joining us, we are having a delayed start to tonight's puck drop here between the Green Wave and the Rams. We were originally scheduled to begin this one at 6:45. However, a competitive junior varsity matchup where Roseau defeated East Grand Forks by a score of 4-3 has forced us to kick back the start time for the varsity matchup between these two schools. East Grand Forks High School, Roseau High School getting ready to face off. Our tentative puck drop time is going to be about 7:30. As you can see on your screen, the Zamboni is on the ice and has a handful of laps still yet to go, so maybe a little bit after 7:30 is when we can expect to get this game started. Tonight's pregame show was brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, as well as Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. And a shout out to our network sponsors, those being Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts sales and service in East Grand Forks right off of Highway 2. Thanks to our sponsors, we were able to bring you an extended capacity, extended coverage, improved coverage for prep athletics in the greater Grand Forks region, wrapping up our football season. East Grand Forks losing in the section semifinal. Grand Forks Red River advancing to the Dakota Bowl on Friday. You can listen to that one over the airwaves, 1310 AM, 1079 FM, KNOX. But we're looking forward to yet another tremendous hockey season in Greater Grand Forks, one of the best hockey metro areas in the entire contiguous United States. And we are the exclusive provider of Grand Forks Public Schools hockey, as well as East Grand Forks High School hockey as well. Once again, we are having a delayed start to tonight's matchup as you are seeing the Zamboni take its laps around the ice. We are expecting to start this one after 7:30. Roseau won the junior varsity matchup by a score of 4-3, and we are eager to start this varsity matchup, once again scheduled to tentatively begin shortly after 7:30. Roseau, as a team, went 19-12 last season. However, the only thing that mattered was them winning that Class 2A Section 8 title game against Moorhead by a score of 5-4, and that advanced them to the Xcel Energy Center, the Minnesota High School State Tournament, where they won a game on the consolation side of the bracket and returning their top 9 scores from last season. You got to think Roseau, Amanda Giles, and that entire team have high expectations for this season. During the 2023-2024 campaign, East Grand Forks played Roseau just once. Roseau came out in that matchup by a score of 6-0. Let's take another look. We're having an extended pregame show. Once again, that's brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Let's take another look at our drive for the title, brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV today at Toys for Trucks. So obviously it's very early in the season, so we're just going to take a look at the results that we have saw come in so far, and all of those games being played last weekend, Friday, November 8th and November 9th. East Grand Forks, like we've mentioned many times, defeated Northern Lakes on Friday. Warroad defeated Proctor Hermantown. That was a surprising one. Proctor Hermantown, a team that beat Roseau by a score of 2-1. Proctor Hermantown, a team that beat Roseau by a score of 2-1, lost to Warroad by a score of 7-1 the previous night. So maybe we can see a little bit of a talent differential already between Warroad and Roseau. And then Roseau, their game so far this season, they beat Sartell Sauk Rapids by a score of 8-0. And then, like we just mentioned, fell to Hermantown the following night by a score of 2-1. That is our drive for the title, brought to you by Toys for Trucks. And right now, let's take a look. It's an appropriate time to take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Jarrell. See what's new for the season and stop in today. East Grand Forks returning their top scorer from last season, Blake Schultz. She had 56 points, 23 goals, and 24 assists. And they are going to need Britlin Rasmussen to have a stellar performance in between the pipes here tonight if they want to pull off the upset and defeat Roseau High School. Britlin Rasmussen is certain to face a barrage of shots from the Rams here this evening. And East Grand Forks is going to need to play a clean hockey game. They're going to want to stay out of the penalty box. A lot of firepower that we've talked about extensively throughout this pregame show for Roseau. You do not want to give them the additional edge by going a man short. Now look, the keys for the game for Roseau, they want to keep Jasmine Hovda involved. She is one of their returning scorers from last season. She was the leading scorer for Roseau during the 2023-2024 campaign. She had 64 points that season, 23 goals and 24 assists. Actually, Jasmine Hovda had 26 goals and 38 assists. So the math is incorrect on the screen, but I have it here in front of me. She had 26 goals and 38 assists. Peyton Remick, another returning player for the Rams, had 48 points on the season, 26 goals and 22 assists. So their top 9 scorers actually returned this season, so they are going to want to utilize that experience and firepower to continually apply the pressure against the Wave here this evening. And then they are also going to want to take advantage of special teams, similar to the opposite side of the coin that we talked about for East Grand Forks wanting to stay out of the box. When they do, Roseau High School is going to want to take advantage. You got to think Amanda Giles will not be satisfied unless their power play conversion rate is greater than 50%, and I'm sure the perfectionist that Amanda Giles is will want it to be as close to 100% as possible. So East Grand Forks, a team that lost to Roseau last season by a score of 6-0. This is a non-conference matchup. Roseau is in Class 2A. East Grand Forks is in Class 1A. This is the pregame show, and it has been brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We're going to take one final break, and when we come back, we are going to bring you Puck Drop from the Civic Center, East Grand Forks versus Roseau, right here on KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your patience. We are just moments away from puck drop here at the Civic Center. East Grand Forks taking on Roseau High School in Minnesota High School girls hockey. Puck drop was originally scheduled to begin at 6:45, however, due to an extended junior varsity matchup, we had to push back puck drop, as now we are reading the starting lineups, and I will also read the starting lineups. This is brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. I'm just going to focus on line number 1 for both teams. Starting for the Roseau Rams, line number 1 will include their left winger, number 25. That is Ella Kettering. Starting center is number 5. That is Jasmine Hovda, and number 37, Jarrett Teets. Starting defensive pairing for Roseau, number 9, that is Summer Bufflin, and number 10, Addison Johnson. The starting netminder for Roseau High School is going to be number 33, Cheyenne Christ. Starters for your East Grand Forks Greenwave, left winger is going to be number 19, Laura Pesch. Starting centerman is going to be number 8, that is Blake Schultz. And then starting right winger is going to be number 13, Laurel Colstow. Defensive pairing number 1 for the Green Wave is going to feature number 7, Claire McDonald, and number 12, Ava Kleinwachter. The starting netminder for East Grand Forks is going to be number 31, Britlin Rasmussen. Once again, that is tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. We were just moments away from puck drop here at the Civic Center for this matchup between two 1-1 teams. Roseau High School is the favorite here tonight on the road. They made it all the way to the XL Energy Center last season and participated in the state tournament where they won a game on the consolation side of the bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, we're going to pay our reverence to the United States of America and play the Star-Spangled Anthem. So I am going to take a quick break, and the entirety of the Civic Center is going to stand up and pay respects to the American flag. And we're getting ready to start tonight's game between the Green Wave and Roseau High School, the Rams. Both teams 1-1 on the season. When these two teams played each other last year, Roseau came out on top by a final of 6-0. Britlin Rasmussen is the starting netminder for East Grand Forks High School. She's going to have a stellar performance here tonight, as they are the underdogs against Roseau High School, a team who is returning their top 9 scorers from last season. So quite incredible the amount of firepower that the Rams are returning for the 2024-2025 campaign. Being led by Jasmine Hovda, line number 1. She had 64 points last season, and then they're distributing the wealth rather evenly. On number 2, the starting center for that line is Peyton Remick. She had 48 points last season, 26 goals and 22 assists. The teams have broken the huddle around their netminders and making their way to the bench, and we have our delayed start to tonight's broadcast. The junior varsity game went a little long. Roseau won that one in a tight one by a score of 4-3, but we are ready to go here at the Civic Center. That pregame show was brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. East Grand Forks in their all-white uniforms, black helmets, adorned in green and red trim. Roseau High School, green socks, white stripes, black breezers, green jerseys, and white helmets. East Grand Forks wins the opening faceoff, moving it up the board. Schultz now entering the Roseau zone on the far side. She's going to turn back, try to advance it towards the point. She is going to pass it to Kleinwachter. She attempts to go D to D, but that exits the zone. So East Grand Forks is going to have to regroup. Roseau now trying to exit out of their zone. Colstow on a nice forecheck is going to push it back below the Rams goal line. And now skating it out herself is going to be number 9 for Roseau. That is Bufflin. Bufflin putting and we have a hard hit on the far side, and we have a Greenwave player down actually. Body checking is illegal in girls hockey, and we still have the injured Greenwave player down at the moment. I forgot to start the clock, so we're going to get caught up here. We are at 16:18 remaining in period number 1, so I apologize for that. I will not make that mistake again. However, we have an injured player down for East Grand Forks. Somebody on their first line. I do not have a number right now. She appears to be moving just fine on the ice. And any second now, I would expect her to get onto her skates under her own power. Good start for East Grand Forks. Some nice chances on the far side. Blake Schultz, Colstow, Kleinwachter, all showcasing some speed and playmaking ability in the opening 45 seconds of this matchup of East Grand Forks taking on Roseau High School. Roseau advanced all the way to the state tournament last season, winning Class 2A Section 8 tournament, defeating Moorhead by a score of 5-4. And the player getting up is going to skate off of the ice. I'm going to try to get a number here as she skates off. That appears to be, I'm going to say that it might be number 7. And that would be Claire McDonald. The jersey number was bunched up a little. I actually see McDonald on the ice on the bench. Now I'm getting a better look at the number as she's walking her way towards the locker room. And that is going to be number 13, Laurel Colstow. So the starting right winger for East Grand Forks is making her way to the locker room after taking a big hit in the far corner. So that is a devastating loss in the early stages of this one for the Green Wave. Roseau maintaining possession after the faceoff, skating around the top of the circles. That's going to be Hovda. Hovda, who had over 60 points last season, a chance in the high slot. A rebound is laying there for Hovda, but some nice defense to box her out on the top of the crease. And that one is going to be covered up by Britlin Rasmussen. So a stoppage in play with 15 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in period number 1. And that was the best chance we've seen so far. I believe the shot from the top of the circle came from number 25 for Roseau. That is Ella Kettering. This face-off is going to be won by East Grand Forks. They're going to try skate it out, and that is going to be Keely Janicki. Janicki pushes it out towards the neutral zone where a Roseau defender is going to ping-pong it back to the other blue line. Eventually now East Grand Forks is going to settle on it. That is going to be Berg. She's going to move it up to the near side. She's going to pass that one to Janicki. Janicki enters the Roseau end but is immediately faced by a Roseau defender, and now Roseau will have an opportunity to skate the puck out of their own end. Do not have a jersey number 5 on my line chart for Roseau, so I'm going to have to figure out who that possibly could be. And it looks like that is Jasmine Hovda. So that the best returning player for the Rams now skating up the ice through the neutral zone, enters the Green Wave end, throws the puck towards the net, but it's going to miss wide, and it's just going to be a dump and chase and a change of lines for the Rams. Now trying to get the puck out of her own end, that's Headland. She's going to receive some support from the back end, from Hecht on the back end, and she's going to push that one out to the neutral zone. Now skating through it and entering the Roseau end is Janicki, and she is not going to get a shot off as that one is taken away by Johnson from Roseau. Now East Grand Forks, a nice end-to-end pass. This one's going to end up on the stick of Blake Schultz, and that's trouble if you're a Roseau fan. She's going to put that shot on net, but that is going to be swallowed up by the goaltender, Cheyenne Christ, and covered up. So once again, I am just forgetting to start the clock here. Only a minute behind. I'm going to keep this running. 14 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on our All True Health System scoreboard in period number 1. We're all knotted up. East Grand Forks 0, Roseau High School 0. Schultz taking the face-off for East Grand Forks. That was a powerful shot we saw her take just moments ago from the near face-off dot. And now Roseau is going to skate this one out of their own end. It's Headland on the far side. She's going to make a defender miss. Now she has it behind the Green Wave goal line. This one is going to be left for Schultz, who tries to chip it off the boards, but that is going to be kept in by a Roseau defender and dumped back into the Green Wave end. Now trying to punch it out on the near boards is East Grand Forks. Fighting for it down there is number 7. That is Claire McDonald. Eventually, she's going to dump it all the way down, and that's going to result in a stoppage of play and an icing. I'm going to get our scoreboard caught up here on our video stream with what we have on the All True Health System scoreboard here at the Civic Center. 14 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in period number 1. This video coverage is brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. We're going to be bringing you video and radio coverage of East Grand Forks hockey all season long, as well as Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River. Roseau maintaining possession, but a player loses their glove in the front of the net, and if she were not bending over to pick it up, would have had a good opportunity on the front of the crease. Nevertheless, the Rams are going to have to regroup in their own end, and a pass that is not able to be connected is gathered by East Grand Forks. Berg has it now on the near side. She's going to push it up through the neutral zone, clearing it into the Roseau side. And Roseau is going to clear. The referee is going to indicate that that is tipped. So back to get it now is going to be Schultz for East Grand Forks. Schultz is all over the ice for the Greenwave. Correction, that is number 6 on the back end. That's Berg getting my 6 and 8s messed up. Schultz is not on the ice. Roseau now back with it. That's Björk. She's going to move it up nicely to number 37. That's going to be Tietz. Tietz is going to wrap that one around the net and go for a line change. There to get it is Hovda. Hovda, the ever-dangerous returning player for the Rams. Last season, she had 64 points on the season. A nice opportunity there is broken up nicely by East Grand Forks' Claire McDonald. That is not Claire McDonald, that is Sydney McDonald. Now East Grand Forks with a chance in the front of the net. That is going to be steered away by the netminder Cheyenne Christ for Roseau. She's had to make a couple of nice saves. Once again, incoming is Janicki. She's going to throw a shot towards the net, and that one is going to be gloved by Christ. So I believe we're caught up with our clock here. No, we're still 28 seconds behind, 12 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in period number 1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Shots on goal so far, East Grand Forks with 2, Roseau only with 1. So pretty evenly matched hockey games so far in the early stages of period number 1. Roseau is going to maintain possession after this face-off. Bufflin is going to skate around her own net, continuing to survey her options behind her own netminder, Christ. She's going to elect to skate it out herself, trying to find number 12, Christensen, in the center of the ice. That one's going to be turned over. Here comes Janicki. Janicki's been all over the ice tonight for East Grand Forks. And now we're going to have a stoppage in play, and this is going to be, after the turnover, East Grand Forks is going to force a penalty. And we're going to get a power play opportunity brought to you by RBB Electric. And finally, we are caught up on the clock, 12 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. So this power play is going to conclude at the 10-minute, 9-second mark in the first period. A great opportunity for the Green Wave here in the early stages of period number 1. Schultz taking the face-off. She's going to win this one back. It goes back to the point to McDonald. She's going to throw it to the near boards. With it there is Pesh. Pesh is going to throw it to the front of the net, and right there was McDonald. She was not able to get all of the wood on that one. Schultz skating around the end with speed from the near face-off dot, throws that one towards the front of the net, and that's blocked in front. And now Remick is going to skate the other way with it for Roseau. An opportunity for the Rams is neglected with an offsides whistle. So we are absolutely seeing a showcase so far of Blake Schultz, the top returning scorer for East Grand Forks High School. Last season she had 56 points, 35 goals, and 21 assists. And we can see that she's taking another step in her senior season, trying to lead East Grand Forks to a section championship and a state tournament appearance. Having to retreat back to her own end, that's McDonald. That is going to be number 17, that's Sydney McDonald. Number 7 is Claire McDonald. Passing this one up on the far side, that is going to be Lukic. That one's broken up by a Roseau defender and dumped back into the Green Wave end. Now Lukic is going to skate it out of her own end. She finds Schultz. Schultz makes a person move, a defender move, and she has a play at the net. Absolutely walked a Roseau defender on the far face-off dot and was able to get yet another grade A opportunity. East Grand Forks is outplaying Roseau in the first half of period number 1. Now back with it for East Grand Forks is Kleinwachter. She finds Lukic on the far side, trying a centering feed to Rasmussen. That one is broken up, and now coming the other way is Jasmine Hovda. Jasmine Hovda making some defenders miss, is going to have an opportunity right on top of the crease, but a nice save for Britlin Rasmussen for East Grand Forks. So that's going to be another stoppage in play here with 10 minutes and 8.1 seconds remaining in period number 1. 33 seconds remaining on the power play for East Grand Forks. We've seen some nice opportunity both ways as both special teams units. Blake Schultz has had an opportunity, and then we just saw Jasmine Hovda have an opportunity for Roseau High School. Now moving the puck up the near boards, that's going to be Janicki. That's going to be intercepted by Roseau's Bufflin, and she's going to dump it all the way down behind the East Grand Forks goal line. Near side, Janicki, near center ice, crosses the red line, gets the blue line, dumps this one in, and now East Grand Forks' forecheck is going to go to work as their power play expires. Roseau returns to even strength, and they're going to have an opportunity as getting out of the box is Johnson. And unable to take advantage, a centering feed was intended for Jasmine Hovda. She was not able to control that one, but here comes another opportunity towards the slot on the far face-off dot. Tries a centering feed, but that one is broken up by traffic up front. East Grand Forks able to clear it out to the neutral zone. Re-entering for Roseau is Kaveen. Kaveen throws a shot on net. That's stopped by Rasmussen. A little bit more poking and checking after the whistle. This is going to anger some defenders for East Grand Forks, but Rasmussen is able to cover that one up. Shots are even at 3. 9 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in period number 1. Really surprised with the level of play we've seen so far tonight for the Greenwave. They are playing step for step with the Rams. It helps that they were on the power play for 2 of these minutes so far. 10 minutes, 15 seconds have gone from period number 1. Still knotted up at 0. An opportunity for Roseau right off the faceoff. That one's going to be steered away by Rasmussen, but the danger has not evaded. A shot towards the front of the net is going to be blocked out front and come to the near corner, and finally it's skated out by Rasmussen on the near side. That one's going to be taken away by Kaveen. She tries to skate it back into the Greenwave end, but she runs into traffic, and now it's going to be thrown back out towards the neutral zone. East Grand Forks defense trying to pass this one through the neutral zone, unable to reach its intended target, and Kaveen is going to collect this one for Roseau back at her own end. She's going to try to slow things down as a forechecker Rasmussen is causing some issues for Roseau's breakout. Now breaking it out to the near side is Ullman. Ullman chipping it up the near boards out towards the neutral zone, but still there fighting for it is number 19, Pesh, for East Grand Forks, and now Schultz has it, and that's trouble for Roseau. Schultz behind the net trying a centering feed. That's deflected. Schultz is always just one stride away from the puck, and now she's standing at the point, and she's going to hold the zone for East Grand Forks, not successfully able to do so. However, Lukic collects it in the neutral zone. East Grand Forks regroups, and they're going to have to do so yet again. Skating with it now is Lukic. Lukic is going to hand this one off to Schultz. Schultz fighting for it with the Roseau defender on the far boards near the blue line. And now a breakout opportunity coming from Aker. Correction, this is going to be number 22, Hedlund for Roseau. Hedlund exiting her zone with speed. Got stopped by McDonald for East Grand Forks. Now Schultz skating through the neutral zone with speed, trying to put a move on the defender for Roseau. But good job by Johnson to play strong defensive positional play right there to snuff out any opportunity that Schultz was trying to get. Now on the near boards, yet again is Janicki. Janicki has been all over the ice. Keely Janicki is in 8th grade, and she's getting a lot of playing time for East Grand Forks. And I would imagine we're going to be saying her name a lot over the course of the next 6 seasons. Roseau trying to break it out. They just dump it innocently out towards the neutral zone. Back to collect it is Berg for the Greenwave. She moves it up to Janicki, who collects it at the red line, passes it actually back to a defender, back to McDonald. Number 17, that's going to be Sydney McDonald. I'm going to have to write that on my line charts. Every time I say McDonald, I know our viewers are wondering whether that's Sydney or whether that's Claire McDonald. Just over 7 minutes remaining in period number 1. A rather fast pace of play so far, and ooh, that was a scary one. Britlin Rasmussen coming out of her crease to try steer that puck towards the corner. Completely missed it with her paddle, but the puck innocently goes beyond the net frame, misses the net. Otherwise, I think that one could have easily went in, and Rasmussen would not have been happy with herself on that one. Nevertheless, it stays out of the net, and our score remains at 0-0. With it now behind the net is Jasmine Hovda. She's going to move it towards the near corner to Kettering. Kettering throws it to Hovda, trying a centering feed. trying to give it to number 37. I do not have a number 37 for Roseau. Correction, that's Teets. Teets on that first line, Kettering, Hovda, and Teets. Another opportunity for Roseau, and yet another stellar save from Britlin Rasmussen. Roseau collects this one at the neutral zone. In comes Hovda, trying a centering feed. That's going to hit a couple of defenders on its way towards its intended target and broken up yet again. So some strong positional defense here for East Grand Forks in period number 1. Hovda with a lot of room to step in and skate. She's going to make some moves and throw a shot towards the net. Wow, she skated in from the blue line all the way to the top of the circles without even being a thought for the East Grand Forks defense. It looks like she maybe made one too many moves and should have thrown that puck towards the net. Now with it on the far corner is number 2 for East Grand Forks. Do not have a number 2 on my line sheet, so maybe I'm reading that incorrect. East Grand Forks, I am not seeing a number 2. Let's take a look. That is going to be London Makesner, so maybe I got an outdated. London Makesner is going to be playing for East Grand Forks here tonight. Now skating the puck out of the end. This is going to be number 16, Rasmussen. Rasmussen moves this one to the near side to Pesh. Pesh throws it towards the net. It's going to miss and then wrap around to the far side. Waiting for it there is going to be Lukic. Lukic steps up nicely. Now chases after the puck behind the Roseau goal line. Lukic, after a line change, was the only forechecker, so Roseau has plenty of time to break this one out. Now on the near side with it is number 15, Magnuson, and she's going to move this one through the neutral zone, and East Grand Forks is able to take over. Now entering the Roseau end. A nice shot there from Schultz. Yet another opportunity. One of these eventually has to go. That one came right in the slot at the hash marks on the inside of the far face-off circle. One of these times, Schultz is going to get one to go, and the Civic Center is just waiting to explode as we're being treated to some very high-quality girls hockey here tonight between East Grand Forks and Roseau High School. Now on the far side, Lukic tries to poke this one out of the defensive zone for East Grand Forks, unable to do so. Nice hold there for Kaveen for Roseau. Lukic yet again on the far side. This time she's going to center it, and Schultz with some speed is going to try skate through the neutral zone. Schultz coming in now on a breakaway, and she's going to score. That's a goal for East Grand Forks, courtesy of Blake Schultz, her second of the season. That's going to put East Grand Forks up 1-0. Let's see if we can get a look at this. That might be a celebration of the game. I was a little late to get the complete play there. Schultz coming through the zone with speed. I'm going to wait for the official announcement from the public address announcer. East Grand Forks coming out early with a 1-0 lead against Roseau. They are going to give that one to Blake Schultz unassisted with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in period number 1. And we're going to have another stoppage in play. Britlin Rasmussen, who has 7 saves in the opening frame, keeping Roseau off of the scoreboard, gets on top of that one. Schultz's speed was on full display, and her finishing ability was even better as she shot that one on the inside of the far post against the netminder Cheyenne Christopher Roseau. And East Grand Forks is leading this one by a score of 1-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. 3.5 minutes remaining in period number 1. East Grand Forks now trying to preserve a 1-0 lead, breaking this one out of their own end. Janicki, nice end-to-end pass. She is going to find number 16, Rasmussen. Roseau able to clear that out to the neutral zone. Right away, McDonald on top of it, and she's going to throw that one right back in. Correction, that was Dumas. Now Jaden Hovda does not want to be outdone tonight. Nice pass up to Hedlund. Hedlund entering the Greenwave zone, surveying her options, being held to the outside nicely by number 33, Dumas. Nice centering feed there, trying to feed it to number 6, Erickson. Erickson was able to get a shot towards the net, and yet another opportunity for Roseau. This one yet again denied by Britlin Rasmussen. Britlin, I would be hesitant to say she's standing on her head here in period number 1, but she has 9 saves so far, and they have not all been muffins. Most recent save is just one of the couple examples of grade A opportunities that Roseau has put on net. East Grand Forks with possession. Kleinwachter has it behind the goal line out of the faceoff. Roseau able to take this one away. A centering feed is going to be broken up. McDonald has it. McDonald's going to try clear it out to the neutral zone on the near side, attempting to pass it to Pesch. That being Lauren Pesch. Lauren Pesch is going to lose that one. Now Roseau is going to take over. That's going to be Remick behind the net. A centering feed attempted towards Erickson. That one's going to be deflected, and I don't think it found its way on net. Now Roseau skating with it behind the net. This is Erickson circling around the face-off dots all the way out towards the point. Now by the near face-off dot, and she's going to put one on net, and she's going to score. A nice snipe right there for Roseau, and I believe we are going to have a look at this one on our replay. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Let's take a look at that one. An amazing skating display there from Lily Erickson, skating, just taking a lap around East Grand Forks zone, and then from the near face-off dot, throws one to the near high corner, and an absolute snipe, and that gets Roseau on the board as they knot things up at 1. With just under 2 minutes remaining in period number 1, we're all knotted up. Shots on net, Roseau, East Grand Forks 4. So now Roseau feeling some of that momentum, throws another shot towards the net all the way from the point. That one's going to come by way of Johnson, but that is going to be stopped by Rasmussen and covered right up with 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining in period number 1. So we've been treated to some very high-quality hockey here tonight at the Civic Center. Sam Jensen, I'm your play-by-play commentator here this evening. Joey Spanger on the camera, keeping us on air and looking good. This face-off is going to be controlled by Roseau. Skating with it now is Hovda by the near face-off circle. She's going to take a lap herself after watching Lily Erickson do so and come away with the goal. She's going to throw a shot towards the net. A long rebound comes all the way out to Johnson from her defensive position at the point. This one's eventually going to find its way on the stick of Jaden Hovda yet again. Another shot on net is going to be right in the breadbasket of Britlin Rasmussen. Britlin Rasmussen has faced 13 shots so far in period number 1 with 12 saves. Cheyenne Christ has faced 4 shots, and she has 3 saves. Writing down the scoring summary for period number 1 as we're getting ready for our first intermission report. And that is just under 1 minute away. We're all knotted up here. Still got 50 seconds left of hockey here between Roseau and East Grand Forks. Looks like an opportunity is developing as Erickson looking for her second goal of the night, shooting an odd angle shot towards the net. That's going to go off the skate of Rasmussen, but still trouble looming for East Grand Forks. Rasmussen is going to paddle this one behind the goal line, but Roseau is able to maintain control. Now skating with it below the goal line is Hovda, and they're going to throw another shot on net, and they're going to score this one yet again. Roseau takes a lead in the final stages of period number 2. We're going to get a replay of that one. I'm not sure who scored. It looks like it's number 7. So as we show you this replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, that is Peyton Remick with the goal. She cleans up a rebound that was shot on net from the point. The assist is going to be awarded to number 25. That's Ella Kettering. So once again, that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. So that's going to be Roseau going up 2-1. And that was scored by number 7. And Amelia Kaveen is getting the secondary assist as well on that one for Roseau. As we continue play here in period number 1, 15 seconds remaining. East Grand Forks with a shot from the far side, just a strong shot from number 8, Blake Schultz. That one is going to go right into the chest of Cheyenne Christ. So we're going to have a stoppage in play with 13 seconds remaining in period number 1. Roseau with 2 unanswered goals in the opening frame. They lead 2-1. Final 10 seconds, Roseau dumping this one out towards the neutral zone. East Grand Forks back to recover. The defenseman is absolutely, that's Kleinwachter, swallowed up. Surprised we didn't get a call there. There was another call earlier where East Grand Forks had a defender completely trampled over. That was number 13, Laurel Colstow. No play came from that, and she went to the locker room. But that was going to do it for period number 1. After the opening 17 minutes, Roseau High School 2, East Grand Forks 1. We're going to take a quick break here, a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the intermission report. You are watching Minnesota High School Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days. Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the intermission report on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Tonight we're bringing you video coverage of Minnesota girls high school hockey. East Grand Forks trailing Roseau by a score of 2-1 after the opening 17 minutes. This halftime report this intermission report, I should say, is brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We're going to take you through a quick scoring summary here. Only have the goal scorers. Back of the napkin statistics here do not have the times in which the goals were scored, but I know the order in which they were scored and who the goal scorer was. So East Grand Forks got things started actually with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Scoring that one, and I know it was unassisted, was number 8, Blake Schultz, speeding through the neutral zone and eventually having a breakaway, and she's able to put that one on the inside of the far post. That went post in. So that gave East Grand Forks a lead in the later stages of period 1 by a score of 1-0. Just a few moments later, Roseau was able to tie things up at a score of 1-1, this one coming by way of Lily Erickson. Erickson was able to completely wheel around the offensive zone for the Rams. Eventually on the near face-off dot, she threw a shot to the near side and high, and that was able to beat Britlin Rasmussen, who's had an amazing first period, 17 shots on net against her, and she has made 15 saves. That tied things up off the stick of Lily Erickson, an amazing individual effort for the junior forward. Correction, that is a senior forward, is Lily Erickson. And then just moments later, Roseau took the lead by a score of 2-1. This goal was scored by Peyton Remick, the senior forward for Roseau. That came off of a long shot off of the stick of Ella Kettering. A rebound went onto the stick of Peyton Remick, and she made no mistake about it. She put that one in the back of the net and gave Roseau a lead of 2-1 after the opening frame. A reminder, these two teams played once last season. Roseau came away victorious by a score of 6-0, and Roseau went all the way on to win their section tournament to advance to the state tournament at the XL Energy Center, where they won a game, not in the opening round, but on the consolation side of the bracket. And they were able to return all 9 of their top scorers from last season. And we have seen a lot of action so far from both of their leading returning scorers, that being Jasmine Hovda, who has been all over the ice tonight, not on the stat sheet. She had 64 points last season. And Peyton Remick, the second goal scorer. As things stand right now, she has scored the game-winning goal for the Rams. Last season, she had 48 points, so a lot of firepower. I want to take another look at the keys to the game that we covered during the pregame show. And this keys to the game was brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season? Stop in today. And East Grand Forks has kind of achieved every single one of their keys in the opening period, and they still find themselves trailing against the Rams 2-1. Blake Schultz keeping her involved. Check. She was the goal scorer for the Wave with just under 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. They want to shore up the goaltending. Check. I'd say Britlin Rasmussen, 15 out of 17, and a lot of those saves came on grade A opportunities. And then taking avoid the box. East Grand Forks went without a single penalty minute in the opening 17 minutes, and then Roseau keeping Jasmine Hovda involved. Well, she has been kept off the stat sheet, but she is certainly involved. She has a handful of shots on net. And applying the pressure, that is what Roseau is doing. We've talked about Britlin Rasmussen having 15 saves. She's faced 17 shots, and that is compared to East Grand Forks. They have 5 shots on net, and that results in 4 saves for the netminder for Roseau, Cheyenne Christ. And they have not been able to take advantage of the special teams because East Grand Forks has really achieved all 3 of the keys that we laid out for them before this matchup against Roseau High School. Those keys to the game were brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season? Stop in today. Not just hockey apparel, but that's certainly what they are known for. If you need to get your skates sharpened, if you need more sock tape, if you need more hockey tape, there's no better spot than Hockey World. But see what's new for the season in a variety of other sports as well, whether that be softball, basketball, baseball, what have it. Stop in at Jarrell, see what's new for the season. We're going to take a quick break here. One last one of the intermission report. We will be right back getting ready for period number 2, Minnesota High School Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. The Greenwave girls hockey team playing host to Roseau High School. The Rams lead this one after the opening 17 minutes. Going into period number 2, they lead by a score of 2-1, as you can see on our All-True Health System scoreboard. You are listening to the Intermission Report, brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. Our network sponsors, Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts sales and service in East Grand Forks right off of Highway 2. We have expanded coverage this hockey season, basketball season. We just got done with football, volleyball, and soccer season. And a lot of that is thanks to the support we receive from our sponsors. So any business that you see read off of your screen or read through my voice, make sure to give them support because of the support they provide to us to make our coverage possible for East Grand Forks hockey, East Grand Forks football, and every other sport, not only for East Grand Forks High School, also Sacred Heart, also Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River. Grand Forks Red River Athletic Department getting ready to compete for what would be their first state championship in program history on Friday at the Fargo Dome in the Dakota Bowl. Make sure to tune in to that one. 1310 AM, 107.9 FM. We will have radio coverage for you exclusively for that game. 2-1 after the opening period. I'm going to once again go through the scoring summary. East Grand Forks got things started with just under 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. That was a goal scored unassisted by Blake Schultz. Blake Schultz is continuing to impress for East Grand Forks, the junior forward, taking another big step. As you can certainly tell that she has a step on everyone else on the ice tonight, and that includes some of these Roseau players who had more points than her last season. So that got things started, put East Grand Forks up by a score of 1-0 with just under 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. Roseau tied things up just a few moments later. This came off the stick of Lily Erickson. This one was also unassisted. She wheeled completely around the offensive zone for the Rams, ultimately landing on the near face-off dot, and she went short side and high against Britlin Rasmussen. A beautiful shot that found its way to tickle Twine. That tied things up, and then just a couple of minutes later, this all came with under 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. Roseau took the lead to put the score where it is. Roseau 2, East Grand Forks 1. This one was credited to Peyton Remick, who picked up a rebound off of a shot that came by way of Ella Kettering. Peyton Remick was there to swallow it up and put it towards the back of the net. So a lot of scoring in the final 4 minutes. Let's see if Roseau is able to continue on with the momentum that they gained, or if the break is going to be beneficial to East Grand Forks. You got to think Alex Robertson was impressed with the play that the Green Wave put forward in that period. The opening 17 minutes, they were playing with Roseau step for step. Had an opportunity on the power play. Their star player, Blake Schultz, had plenty of grade A opportunities, some that missed the net, so were not credited on the shots on goal department for the Wave. Then I've also been incredibly impressed with the performance of 8th grader Keely Janicki. She has been all over the ice, and every time the puck is on her stick, she seems to make the right play. So I'm really impressed with the hockey IQ for the 8th grader for the Green Wave, Keely Janicki. And, of course, the netminder for East Grand Forks, Britlin Rasmussen, is keeping them in the game. There have been multiple stages throughout that first period where she had to really step up. And she has been really positionally sound. The captain, you don't see that a lot in hockey, the goaltender wearing the C on her shoulder. As both teams are back onto the ice, we are just moments away from starting period number 2 here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. That intermission report, once again, brought to you by High Plains Water and Grand Forks Welding and Machine. As we are getting ready, I'm going to switch things over to the second period, reset the clock. I'm going to do a better job of making sure we manage that clock, and then I'm going to change it over to period number 2. We're getting ready to start period number 2 here at the Civic Center. East Grand Forks trailing Roseau by a score of 2-1. Blake Schultz, the junior for the Green Wave is looking incredibly impressive. Something tells me that we have our eyes on many Division I college hockey prospects on the ice here tonight. We're being treated to some very high-quality hockey early on in the season. In November, both of these teams appear to be not quite mid-season form, but they are getting there. The third game of the season for both of these schools, both of them coming in with a record of 1-1. So the official skates towards center ice, and we're getting ready to get things started. The ice has dried. The playing surface looks pristine. The referee makes sure both of the goaltenders are ready, makes sure the penalty box is ready, blows his whistle, and we're getting ready for puck drop. Another 17 minutes on our All True Health System scoreboard starts now. East Grand Forks trailing Roseau by a score of 2-1. Off of the face-off, Roseau's Lily Erickson. Roseau now moving from our right to left. East Grand Forks moving left to right. A nice breakout pass ends up on the stick of Lukic. However, she's not able to maintain control, so eventually Lily Erickson is going to hand this one off to Remick. Remick's going to throw this one towards the net. It's going to miss wide, and finally Blake Schultz is going to pick it up from her own blue line. Skates with speed through the neutral zone. Maybe the water wasn't completely dried as that puck got stuck in a pool of water, and Blake Schultz ended up skating completely past it. So this is going to result in a 2-on-1 opportunity for Roseau. A rebound to the front of the net. Nice save from Britlin Rasmussen. Incredibly well. Nice save as we had an opportunity on the near side. That was number 7, Peyton Remick. She had not one but 2 opportunities receiving a pass from Lily Erickson on the far side. So just another incredible display of goaltending there from Britlin Rasmussen to keep this a 1-goal hockey game. East Grand Forks dumping it out to the neutral zone. After the face-off, back to get it for Roseau is Emily Kaveen. Kaveen throws this one up the near side, lands on the stick of Jaden Hovda. Hovda entering the Green Wave zone with speed. Once again, that puck gets stopped in a puddle of water. This one's going to go back to the point. Björk has it. She's going to throw a little slap shot towards the net, and Britt Rasmussen saw that one the entire way. And she's going to throw her paddle on it and then cover it up for another stoppage in play. 15 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in period number 2 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Roseau High School beating East Grand Forks by a score of 2-1. The goals coming for Roseau, number 6, Lily Erickson, and number 7, Peyton Remick. Blake Schultz has the goal for East Grand Forks. Battling for it behind the net. Hovda coming out from the near side, trying a little surprise wraparound, if you will, and Roseau maintaining that pressure. Ringing that one around the boards on the defensive end is Berg for East Grand Forks. That one's going to be held in the zone nicely by Roseau. Now Hovda once again has it behind the net, and she is hit. No call on the play. That easily could have been East Grand Forks' first penalty of the night. This one comes out to the neutral zone. It's collected by Kaveen for Roseau. Kaveen still battling for it on the far side near the blue line, and eventually it's going to go into the Roseau end. Skating around her own net and ringing it around to the near side is Björk, and that one is held in nicely by East Grand Forks' Dronin. Still in the zone, Janicki. Still some puddles on the ice, and I think that's really affecting the quality of play here in the early stages of period number 2. This centering feed nicely looking for Erickson. Not able to connect on that one. Back to the point. Björk is going to throw this one to the net, and that's going to be gloved by Rasmussen. So Rasmussen has been perfect in period number 2. That's going to be another stoppage in play. Taking a look at our All True Health System scoreboard, we still have 14 minutes and 39 seconds to go in period number 2. We had a delayed start to tonight's hockey game. We were originally scheduled to have puck drop at 6:45. But due to an extended JV matchup between these two schools, we got a puck drop that was closer to 7:37. Some traffic in front. Rasmussen able to see that one all the way through. The shot coming in from the point. That one coming by way of Bufflin. Unsure if there's any relation, but you got to think there's some relation between Summer Bufflin and Dustin Bufflin. That's a name that would usually confuse me on the pronunciation. However, with the familiarity of that last name with Roseau native Dustin Bufflin, who went on to play in the National Hockey League, does not trip me up one bit. East Grand Forks battling to get it out of their own end on the far side. Schultz trying to pass this one up to Lukic. Lukic dumping it in. Now chasing after it is Schultz. Nice breakout for Roseau. Broken up on the far side by Rasmussen, but eventually Roseau able to skate it out of their own end. Nice play there by Remick. They're going to move this one up to Lily Erickson. Lily Erickson from the top of the near face-off dot. Gets that one poked away from her as she tried throwing one towards the net. Now the Rams are going to have to regroup in the neutral zone. Skating with it now is Johnson. She's going to hand it up to Erickson, who's going to circle it all the way around. And the Rams are going to go for a full line change. Kleinwachter breaking it out of her own end with plenty of time. Tries to move it up the near boards to Lukic. That one's going to end up on the stick of Schultz. She's going to throw it to the net from the top of the circles. So a long distance shot is easily waffle boarded to the far corner by Cheyenne Christ. But that's another shot on net for Schultz. Delayed offsides, so Roseau has all the time in the world to break this one out. And this pass is going to go right to an East Grand Forks forward in the neutral zone. That one goes on the stick of Aker. She's able to maintain control. Sends it back to the defender. Kleinwachter goes D to D with Berg. Berg has this one taken away from her by Magnuson for Roseau. Magnuson trying to make her way towards the net is stopped. Nice defensive play there by Kleinwachter. That's number 12, Ava Kleinwachter. Nice defensive positioning on her end to prevent another goal or another scoring opportunity for Roseau. We're going to have a penalty on the ice. This one is going to go against East Grand Forks, and it is going to be against Keely Janicki, the 8th grader. And that is the first penalty against East Grand Forks so far this hockey game. So it's going to give us an opportunity to take a look at our first. It's going to give us an opportunity to see this power play unit for Roseau for the first time here tonight. Expecting this power play unit to be very powerful. 2 minutes begins now. Trying to skate in on the far side. Some puddles kept that one away from Lily Erickson. She had plenty of room to skate in on the far side. However, they're going to have to regroup. Now with it is Bufflin. Summer Bufflin's going to move it over to Lily Erickson. Back to Summer Bufflin. Hard shot from the point. That one's blocked in front. That one is blocked by number 17 for East Grand Forks. That's Sydney McDonald. Roseau back, getting things set up. They're going to hand it off to Jaden Hovda, surveying her options, trying to throw it to the front of the net. She's going to skate to the top of the point, move it to the near side. This one immediately finds its way back to Summer Bufflin. Summer Bufflin throws it towards the front of the net. It hits traffic and goes behind the goal line innocently, but Roseau still able to maintain possession. Back out to the point now with it is Lily Erickson. Throws it back down low to Jaden Hovda. Jaden Hovda's pass intended for the near points person. That being number 9, Summer Bufflin. She has this one taken away from her by Schultz. Schultz coming in all alone. Shot towards the net, goes in, another goal. East Grand Forks with the goal to tie things up, 2-2 short-handed. Let's take a look at that replay. Schultz taking this one away, coming in all by herself. Goes far side, high blocker side, and it finds its way in. So that's Schultz's second goal of the game. East Grand Forks pulls even. This one comes short-handed. That's going to be another unassisted goal for Schultz. So let me get that one down in my scoring summary. P2. Blake Schultz with her second goal of the game. This one coming short-handed. Roseau still on the power play, though. Trying to get things set up to regain the lead. This shot goes towards the net. Oh, a dangerous opportunity there. Lily Erickson had it on the far face-off dot, but not able to control that puck on her stick. East Grand Forks needs to get this out, and they're successfully able to do so with 20 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for the Greenwave. And yet again, that's going to kill some more time off. That one is going to be cleared all the way down by Claire McDonald. Down to chase after it for East Grand Forks is number 22, Jolie Aker. Roseau with the stretch pass that's deflected. Finds its way all the way to the East Grand Forks end, and they're going to clear that one all the way down, and that's going to do it for the penalty. Nice job there by Ava Kleinwachter. Now we're even strength here. On the penalty kill, East Grand Forks not only didn't give up a goal, but they scored one of their own, and now we're all even at 2 with 10.5 minutes remaining in period number 2. Almost halfway through this one. This one comes to the near side for East Grand Forks, played by London Maxiner. Maxner, I should say, not originally on my line sheet, but she is getting playing time here tonight. Now Maxner skating in, might have an opportunity if she hurries. She is met at the puck by Kaveen from Roseau. Roseau is going to win that battle. Now they have it behind their own net. They're going to try break it out on the near side. And Teets is going to skate it out for Roseau. Teets being chased. She's going to throw this one on net from the point. That one had some heat behind it. East Grand Forks able to chip it out of their own end on the near side. Some frustration flowing over for Roseau, seeing some pushes and shoves after the East Grand Forks defender gets that pass away. East Grand Forks trying a deflected pass. This one's going to go all the way down for an icing with 9.5 minutes remaining in period number 2. We are witnessing some incredible hockey here this evening between Roseau High School and East Grand Forks at the Civic Center. Schultz had the first goal to open the scoring, gave East Grand Forks an early 1-0 lead, and now here in period number 2, shorthanded, ties things up. Very impressed by Blake Schultz, and can't say we're surprised given the numbers she put up last season. Expecting more of the same from her this year, and certainly given her development, maybe some improvement statistically. Here comes Schultz now. One-person breakout, crossing center ice. She's going to pass this one to herself off the near boards. She's going to have it below the Roseau goal line, trying to center it. But nice defense as Jaden Hovda is going to skate away with it, and she's going to break this one out by herself, passing it to Kettering. Kettering gets to the blue line of East Grand Forks and elects to dump this one down. Jasmine Hovda immediately gets it, centers it, and this one's going to go all the way through down to the other end of the ice without touching anybody. And since Roseau dumped it all the way down, we're not going to have a whistle for icing. Back to collect it is Kaveen. Kaveen moving it to the far boards to Hovda. Hovda crossing into the East Grand Forks end, trying to center this one, trying to find Kettering, had her potentially. It feels like Roseau is trying to make one too many passes instead of putting shots on net, and that's just causing some more chaos in the front of the net for the Rams, and that's really creating a lot of congestion, and they've been struggling to just put the puck on net, especially in period number 2. Roseau continuing to apply pressure. Remick moving it up to the point. This one's going to go to Burek, who throws it, trying to have a far side pass, looking for Ullman. East Grand Forks breaking this one out into the neutral zone. Collected by Erickson. Erickson enters the end, has this one taken away. Now Janicki has it. Janicki, all over her was Lily Erickson, and she's going to hand this one off to Ullman. Ullman on the near side, entering the Greenwave zone. Has it taken away from her. She's going to hand it off to Remick. Remick making a defender miss for East Grand Forks. However, eventually picking this one up is going to be number 17. 17 is Sydney McDonald. She's going to clear this one all the way down, and wow, we have a collision on the boards. Losing an edge down there is Kaveen for Roseau. She appears to be okay, gets up right away, but that was a hard collision into the end boards. And now Roseau trying to get the puck out of their own end. Some nice pressure being applied by Rasmussen. Roseau able to clear this one out. This is tipped, so we're not going to have an icing. Back to get it is Kleinwachter. Ava Kleinwachter is going to hand it off to number 21, Lola Pesch. Pesch, nice feed. This one's going to go to Aker. Aker's going to cross the blue line and dump it in and go for a line change. Chasing after it is Lola Pesch. Roseau with a pretty breakout now. Coming through the neutral zone. With it is Christensen. Katrina Christensen dumps it in and gives chase. Magnuson now battling with it behind the net. 2 East Grand Forks defenders and 2 forecheckers for Roseau. East Grand Forks is going to come away with it. That's McDonald. She's going to try a breakout pass to the near side, but that's going to be in the foot of the intended target, Lola Pesch, and Roseau is going to dump it right back in. Now Rasmussen has it, and that's going to be caught by Summer Bufflin at the blue line, and another solid keep here for Roseau. East Grand Forks needs a line change here. They're going to pass this one. Nice exit pass to Lola Pesch. Lola Pesch crossing the blue line is going to throw a shot towards the net. It's going to miss wide, and they're going to go for a line change. Skating out with it now is Summer Bufflin. Summer Bufflin crossing the red line, crossing the blue line, entering East Grand Forks end. Eventually has the puck poked away from her. East Grand Forks with a nice attempted breakout, and that is not where you want to turn the puck over. And here's an opportunity for Jaden Hovda. Making a defender miss, had a great opportunity, a shot towards the front of the net. We're going to have a whistle. We're also going to have a penalty against East Grand Forks. Jaden Hovda putting on the moves. And that might be a penalty that I think East Grand Forks head coach Alex Robertson might be okay with. This one is committed by number 19 for the Green Wave. That's Laura Pesch. And that was committed against Jasmine Hovda, correction, for Roseau. And if it were not for that infraction, Hovda may have had an unimpeded opportunity with a wide open net on the backhand. So 2 minutes on the board. Fast-moving second period so far. Just under 5 minutes, 45 seconds to play in period number 2, all knotted up. Centering pass is broken up by Blake Schultz. She was off for the races, but she was bodied up on the way out of the zone by Remick. And now Roseau is going to enter the zone with some speed. Here comes Jasmine Hovda. Below the goal line. Now surveying her options from the far face-off circle. She's going to throw this one off the boards, but that was broken up nicely by Sofia Lukic, and she's going to throw that one out to the neutral zone. Rare mistake there from Jasmine Hovda, but re-entering the zone quickly is Roseau. Throwing that one towards the net is Remick. The rebound is going to go to Hovda. She's going to throw it out towards the point. Remick playing the near point. Is going to let this one go to Summer Bufflin. Summer Bufflin going to the center of the point. A one-time opportunity there for Remick, and I thought that one was being covered up by Brittlin Rasmussen. I was getting ready to stop the clock on our video stream, but play continues. Roseau has it at the far point. Blake Schultz almost with the scary takeaway, especially if you're a Roseau supporter, and it looks like we're going to have a stoppage in play here. Unsure what the whistle is for. It looks like it's going to be an offsides. Didn't see that from where I was at, but not going to be upset as we have a rooting interest for East Grand Forks here. All knotted up at 2, 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second period. 40 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for East Grand Forks. Hedlund now skating into the zone with speed, throwing a shot towards the net, and that was just laying on the goal line. Eventually picked up by Ava Kleinwachter, and she throws it off the near glass out into the neutral zone, out of danger for East Grand Forks only momentarily. Now re-entering the zone is Roseau, skating with it on the far side. That's Katrina Christensen. Katrina Christensen's going to hand that one off to Hedlund. Hedlund throws an odd angle shot towards the net, but that is easily saved by Brittlin Rasmussen. And there is 14 seconds remaining on the penalty against East Grand Forks number 19, Laura Pesch. Going back in time, I would recall that that was a penalty that East Grand Forks wants to take. If it weren't for that hooking, then we would have had Jasmine Hovda skating in unimpeded and could have had a wide open breakaway opportunity. The penalty expiring for East Grand Forks. Coming out of the box for the Green Wave is Pesch. Pesch is going to immediately enter the defensive zone to provide some support. Roseau starting to apply some excellent pressure here. Trying to maintain momentum. Now skating out of the zone is going to be Aker for East Grand Forks. She's going to cross the red line, cross the blue line, entering the Roseau end, looking for some help. She's not going to get it in time, but here's a centering opportunity just out of reach of Dronen. This one's going to go to the point. East Grand Forks able to keep it in the zone only momentarily as now Kaveen skates it out for Roseau. She's going to hand this one off to Katrina Christensen. She's going to dump it in, and Roseau's going to go for a full line change. East Grand Forks now on the near side has an easy breakout in the midst of that line change, and now skating into the end now of Roseau is number 2, and that is going to be Makesner. Roseau now coming the other way, shooting a shot from far outside, and that's going to be gloved by Brittlin Rasmussen. 3 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm going to get us caught up here on the video stream, remaining in period number 2. And we're all knotted up at 2. This has been some excellent hockey here at the Civic Center. And we're going to have Peyton Remick exit the face-off circle. Coming in to take it now is going to be Lily Erickson for Roseau. Erickson's going to win this one, but it's going to go immediately to a winger for East Grand Forks. That one's going to go to Lola Pesch. She's going to dump it all the way down, and that's going to result in an icing. Lola Pesch looked like she took a slash to the skate after she dumped that one all the way down. I really think some frustration is coming to the surface from this Roseau hockey team. High expectations for the Rams. They made it to the XL Energy Center last season, winning Class 2A Section 8 state section tournament. Now a shot from the point goes off the toe of Summer Bufflin. Was not able to get all of it on that one. Able to maintain possession. Now coming in is Lily Erickson. A wicked wrister is going to go high of the net. Britlin Rasmussen didn't see that. Summer Bufflin now has it at the point. She's going to try dumping it on the near side. She does so. Down to collect it is going to be Ullman. Ullman with a nice move. Throwing it back towards Remick. Remick is going to be bodied, and that's going to be another penalty against East Grand Forks. This one is going to go against London Makesner, the senior, as she absolutely bodied Peyton Remick behind the net, behind Britlin Rasmussen, and you can't do that. So she's going to serve 2 minutes in the penalty box with 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in period number 2. So at the conclusion of this penalty, granted Roseau does not score, there will be only 26 seconds remaining in the second frame. That's going to be a body checking penalty against East Grand Forks' London Makesner. Winning the faceoff and now coming in with speed is East Grand Forks. That's going to be number 9, Sophia Lukic. So a nice breakout to burn off 15, 20 seconds to start this penalty kill for East Grand Forks. Already 20 seconds gone, and Roseau hasn't even controlled it once in the East Grand Forks end. Now 30 seconds gone, and Roseau just entering the zone. Tietz is going to throw it on net from the point, and that rebound is going to come to the near corner, and that's going to be cleared out by number 17 for East Grand Forks. That is Sydney McDonald. Now re-entering the zone for Roseau. Skating with it is Summer Bufflin. Realizing she doesn't have any support, skates it back to the blue line. The middle of the blue line, throws this one to the near side, trying to find Jasmine Hovda on the back door, but that pass was broken up nicely by the East Grand Forks penalty killing unit and dumped all the way down under 1 minute to go on the infraction against Makesner for the Green Wave. Now skating with it is Jasmine Hovda. Trying to skate around McDonald. An odd angle shot coming in from Remick. Saved nicely by Rasmussen, keeping that skate on the near post. And that rebound is going to be collected by an East Grand Forks penalty killer and dumped all the way down. Now just 30 seconds remaining on the penalty against the Green Wave, and under 1 minute to go in period number 2. Now with it is Erickson, skating back to the blue line. She's going to pass this one over to Johnson. Johnson's going to throw this one low. Backdoor pass, Remick trying to find Jasmine Hovda backdoor. That's going to be an unsuccessful. Now we're going to have a penalty against Roseau. Nice hustle there for East Grand Forks' number 22. That is Jolie Aker, and she got hooked. And that's going to be a penalty against number 6 for Roseau. That's Lily Erickson. She scored the first goal of the night for Roseau. So now it's going to be 4-on-4 for the final 39 seconds of period number 2. East Grand Forks only has 14 seconds remaining on their penalty. So East Grand Forks is going to have 1 minute and 44 seconds of penalty power play time after their penalty expires. Roseau wins this faceoff. Exiting the zone with speed is Summer Bufflin. She's going to dump this one deep. Chasing after it is going to be Kettering. Kettering is going to hand this one off to Jasmine Hovda. Skating by the near circle. Falls to her feet, able to get up and maintain control. Now hands it off to Summer Bufflin. Summer Bufflin, nice pass to Jasmine Hovda. Backdoor, grade A opportunity. Hovda not able to control the puck on her stick, is going to throw a shot towards the net. And that one's going to be saved by Rasmussen as the penalty expires for East Grand Forks. They are now on the RBB Electric power play with only 13 seconds remaining in period number 2 and 1 minute and 34 seconds remaining on the penalty against Roseau. Just amazing hockey here tonight between these two northern Minnesota teams. Remick is going to go off against Schultz in the faceoff circle. Remick's going to get the better of this one. Short-handed is Roseau. Under 7 seconds to go in period number 2. Jasmine Hovda is just going to dump this one deep, and we're going to go to the locker room. Second intermission, all knotted up at 2. East Grand Forks wins the second frame 1-0. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to let this time run out, the final 10 seconds, and let you know that you are watching this video coverage of Minnesota high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues to tune in for the third period. It's about to be exciting, but before we do that, we're going to have an intermission report to bring you. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Minnesota High School Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this second intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. After 2 periods here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota, we're all tied up at 2. Roseau 2, East Grand Forks 2. Going to take you through a quick scoring summary. Starting in period number 1, East Grand Forks got things started. That would be Blake Schultz unassisted with under 4 minutes to go in the opening frame. Roseau scored 2 unanswered in the final 3 minutes of the first period to get a 2-1 lead. Their first goal came off the stick of Lily Erickson, and the second goal came off the stick of Peyton Remick. And then fast forward to period number 2. In the early stages, East Grand Forks goes on the penalty kill. And that was one of the keys to the game. They wanted to stay out of the penalty box, keep this high-powered Roseau offense, not give them any additional advantages that they might already have. But nevertheless, Schultz able to take this one away at the blue line, skated all the way down for a goal. So that's the second goal of the night for East Grand Forks, coming off the stick of Blake Schultz. Both of them are unassisted. Taking a look at our shots on net so far, East Grand Forks has 7 shots on net, so that's 5 saves for Roseau's Cheyenne Christ. And then East Grand Forks has had 32 shots against them coming from Roseau, so that's going to be 32 saves from Ritlin Rasmussen. A stellar performance for her between the pipes, and got to give credit, obviously, to Rasmussen for the saves she has made, but obviously want to give some recognition to the defensive unit for East Grand Forks as well. Reading off some of the stellar defenders that we've seen so far, Claire McDonald, Ava Kleinwachter, Sydney McDonald, and Megan Berg have all been stellar in terms of keeping the playmakers for Roseau to the outside and any chances that they might have, trying to make it so it's a relatively easy save for Britlin Rasmussen, and she's been doing her job. The 2 goals that have went in have been very solid opportunities from Roseau. Once again, you are watching our video coverage of girls Minnesota High School hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forge Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues to tune in to period number 3. they can do so by visiting our website, knoxradio.com, under the Live Sports tab, or they can visit our YouTube page. To simplify their search, they can utilize the search bar on YouTube by looking up KNOX Live Sports. They'll be able to find our video coverage for tonight's matchup of East Grand Forks versus Roseau. Certainly not what we were expecting to see on the scoreboard after 2 periods. Roseau, a team that went to the XL Energy Center last season, competed in the state tournament, and they returned their top 9 scorers from last season. A lot of firepower coming back. Some of those players including Jasmine Hovda, who had 64 points last season, and Peyton Remick, who had 48 points last season. Peyton Remick had the second goal for Roseau here tonight. She got that one off of a rebound after Ella Kettering threw it on net from far outside, but nevertheless, she was able to get back on top of that one, was Remick, and put it home. East Grand Forks able to answer in the early stages of period number 2. Short-handed coming from Blake Schultz. But when these two teams played each other last season, Roseau got the better of East Grand Forks by a score of 6-0, so we were expecting more of the same. Taking a look on at the shots on net so far, and you would think that the scoreboard would be a similar margin, but Britlin Rasmussen is playing a great game. The defenders that I had just listed just a few short moments ago have been keeping the playmakers to the outside for Roseau. And when you got Blake Schultz on your team, you're always in the game. As she has 2 unassisted goals, one coming shorthanded to tie things up in period number 2. So that has been the scoring summary and the summary of play so far. East Grand Forks is going to start period number 3 with 1 minute and 21 seconds of power play time to try take the lead. In the penalty box for Roseau is going to be number 16. Don't even have a number 16 on her sheet. I'm going to assume that's Abigail Simmons from the JV roster. So we're going to take a quick break. Hear another word from our sponsors. Do not go anywhere. We will be back with period number 3 of girls Minnesota High School hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks. Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Girls hockey being played. East Grand Forks all knotted up with Roseau after 2 periods of play. And you are watching the second intermission report that is brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. East Grand Forks having 2 goals on the stat sheet tonight, both coming from Blake Schultz. Blake Schultz had one with just under 4 minutes to go in period number 1. That one came at even strength. And then in the early stages of period number 2, short-handed, she took it away from a Roseau defender from the East Grand Forks blue line, skated it down 3/4 of the length of the ice, and put that one home high blocker side to tie things at 2. So like we said earlier, this one was certainly a game where we expected Roseau to have a comfortable lead entering the third period, but anytime you have Blake Schultz on your team and anytime you have a goaltender like Britlin Rasmussen playing the way she is, you are never out of a hockey game. A solid goaltender and some playmakers who you can rely to put quality chances on net, and you will always be competitive, especially at this level of high school hockey in Minnesota. Roseau, a team who we expected, there was a reason we expected them to be leading, at least have somewhat of a lead going into period number 3, and that's because they made it to the Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament last season at the XL Energy Center. They won the Class 2A Section 8 tournament, defeating Moorhead by a score of 5-4 in the championship game. And they won a game, albeit in the consolation round, but a team that returns their top 9 scorers from a season ago, and a team that won a game at the XL Energy Center last season certainly has high aspirations. East Grand Forks is showing the level at which they can play this season. They're a team that lost in their section semifinal last season against Crookston by a score of 3-0, but they returned 5 of their top 6 scores from last season, led by Blake Schultz, who has 2 goals tonight. Last season, she had 56 points with 35 goals and 21 assists. Both these teams are 1-1 on the season. East Grand Forks has a win against Northern Lakes and a loss against Bemidji. Roseau has a win against Sartell and a loss against Proctor Hermantown. Proctor Hermantown, they lost that one by a score of 2-1. And taking a look at a segment that we reviewed during the pregame show, our Drive for the Title, brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV today at Toys for Trucks. But taking a look, I'm curious in regards to Roseau. They made it to the state tournament last season, and they lost to Hermantown Proctor. Well, that team lost to Warroad in an even more lopsided result by a score of 7-1. So still lots of sorting out, still very early in the season. But if you are head coach Alex Robertson for this girls Greenwave team, you have to be ecstatic with how they're competing against this Roseau roster that has lots of varsity experience and state tournament experience, albeit as well. So Alex Robertson has to be very impressed with his team. The message in the locker room, they want to take advantage on the RBB Electric power play, and they will have the man advantage for 1 minute and 21 seconds to start period number 3. And if they're able to take advantage during that time, they will have a 1-goal lead, and you can imagine Roseau will just be an all-out blitz attack after that. And I'm sure they're getting an earful from Amanda Giles, as Roseau was not able to convert. They had no power play opportunities in period number 1. In period number 2, they had 3 power play opportunities, not able to score on any of them, and giving up a shorthander on the first one as well. So taking a look once again at our keys to the game that we talked about during the pregame show. This keys to the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season and stop in today. East Grand Forks 3 for 3 on their keys for the most part. Blake Schultz, get her involved. Well, that's easy. She has 2 goals. Shore up the goaltending. Britlin Rasmussen has made 30 saves of the 32 shots that have been thrown at her, and avoid the penalty box. East Grand Forks did not have a penalty in period number 1. They had 3 in period number 2, but they were able to score shorthanded on one of those as well. So I think for the most part, East Grand Forks is playing their game that they wanted to have to be successful here this evening. Now taking a look at Roseau, keeping Jasmine Hovda involved. She has surprisingly been left off the score sheet, so I think that's an increased testament to the play that we're seeing not only from Rasmussen in net for the Wave, but also those top 4 defenders for East Grand Forks. Going to read off their names because they've done a good job of keeping Hovda to the outside, as well as some other playmakers for the Rams. So the top 2 pairs for East Grand Forks that deserve recognition: Claire McDonald, Ava Kleinwachter, Sydney McDonald, and number 6, Megan Berg, have all done excellent jobs of keeping Hovda to the outside. their top 9 scorers returned from last season, and they certainly have been applying the pressure, so check in that regard for Roseau. They have 32 shots on net. But once again, crediting those top 4 defenders for East Grand Forks, a lot of those shots have been coming from an area outside of the slot, outside of what you would consider prime scoring opportunity locations. And then they have to take advantage on special teams to be successful tonight, and that is not something that they have done. They did not have a power play opportunity in period number 1, and like I've mentioned multiple times throughout the second intermission report, they had 3 power play opportunities in the second frame, and they went over 3, giving up a shorthanded goal during that period as well. So we are getting ready to start period number 3. Maybe give it an extra couple of seconds to let the ice dry off. The beginning of period number 2 had many instances where the puck got caught in a puddle. And of course you have to resurface the ice with water to replace the water that has been lost, and then a blade will pick up to smooth out the ice sheet, and then the water will lay on an additional layer. And it looks like the referees are learning from their previous mistakes as they're going to let this ice dry out for an extra couple of minutes. It is already 9 o'clock here at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. We had a delayed start to tonight's matchup. Puck drop was originally slated to take place at 6:45 p.m. However, due to a delayed ending to the junior varsity matchup between Roseau and East Grand Forks, that was a good game in its own part. Roseau won by a score of 4-3. We did not start this game until about 7:37 p.m., and it's been fast-paced hockey since then. Getting ready to start period number 3. East Grand Forks starting it off on the power play for the first minute and 21 seconds. All knotted up at 2, final 17 minutes. This is going to be exciting to watch. Do not go anywhere. And here comes Schultz entering the zone. Schultz surveying her options, making a move, turning Jasmine Hovda around, and Schultz holds on to possession, looking back door, trying to find Sophia Lukic. Lukic not exactly in the position in which Schultz thought she was going to be, and you can really feel the energy on Roseau's bench. They probably got a talking to from their head coach, Amanda Giles. Now collecting it from the near corner of her own defensive end. That's Blake Schultz. Schultz is going to hand this one over to Sophia Lukic. Lukic stops at the hash marks of the far face-off circle. Battling for it on the far side, 2-on-1. Lukic staying on her feet. She's going to throw this one behind the goal line. Chasing after it is going to be Johnson for Roseau. That clearing attempt is held in by Schultz for East Grand Forks. She's going to give this one to McDonald. Correction, that's Laura Pesch behind the goal line. Laura Pesch's centering opportunity was broken up by a Roseau defender, and now here comes Jasmine Hovda. Jasmine Hovda laying on a move, backhand opportunity, and that's waffle boarded to the far corner. Nice save from Britlin Rasmussen. Even better move by Jasmine Hovda. All Swedish, no finish on that one. East Grand Forks is going to go for a line change. They cross center ice, dump it deep, and they're going to go for a full 5-person line change. That gives Roseau an opportunity to break things out on the near side. The boards opposite of both player benches. And the penalty has expired for Roseau, so we are now playing at even strength 5-on-5 for the time being. That's a successful penalty kill for Roseau, as East Grand Forks had the opening 1 minute and 21 seconds of this third period with the man advantage. They were not able to take advantage of that opportunity. A nice deflection for East Grand Forks. That's Lola Pesch, as that pass was intended for Kaveen for Roseau at the point. She's going to try a breakout pass to the near side. That's held in nicely by Berg. East Grand Forks defenders have been playing nicely. We certainly gave them their roses during that second intermission. Although Roseau has 33 shots on net, not all of them have been premium scoring opportunities. Jasmine Hovda has one of those already in period number 3. She had a breakaway, tried to go backhanded, but Britlin Rasmussen was able to clear that one to the far corner with her blocker. Now Roseau regrouping in their defensive end. They're going to throw this one to the far boards. That's going to be collected by number 3, Ullman, and that's going to be intercepted by Janicki, the 8th grader for East Grand Forks. Once again, moving it through the neutral zone is Roseau. This one is going to be dumped in by Magnuson. Chasing after it is going to be McDonald. McDonald trying to clear it out along the far boards. That's going to be held in nicely and thrown on net by Teets. That's blocked in front by McDonald. With it on the far boards is Aker. Aker unable to get that one out. And, man, when you get the puck above the face-off dots in your defensive zone, you need to get it out any way necessary. East Grand Forks still have yet to be the victim of their own mistake in that regard, as now Janicki has that puck taken away from her on the near side. This one's going to be thrown towards the net by Johnson. It's going to miss, but ring around to the far side. It's going to be gathered there. Don't have a number for who's battling for it for Roseau, but we have 2 Roseau forecheckers and 3 East Grand Forks defenders. East Grand Forks trying to poke it out along the boards on the far side. Once again dumped in. Roseau able to get a line change. So they're going to have fresh bodies against the tired line here for East Grand Forks. East Grand Forks needs to get it out at any cost necessary. They got 5 tired bodies on the ice. Roseau has 5 fresh ones. East Grand Forks trying to ring it along the near boards. This one once again kept in nicely. A shot from the point coming from Kaveen. That's going to miss to the wide side. And now trying to clear it out. Another opportunity that's held in by Roseau. That one's going to be held in by Summer Bufflin. And Roseau has just made a complete line change. So they now have 5 fresh bodies. East Grand Forks has 5 tired ones. A swing and a miss from the point from Kaveen. East Grand Forks is Janicki not able to take advantage. She skates right past the puck, and Roseau still has the puck in the attacking end. This one not able to be handled on the far blue line by Björk. And finally, it trickles out into the neutral zone. East Grand Forks forwards go for a line change. That created a brief 3-on-2 opportunity for Roseau. And Rasmussen wisely is going to hop on top of this one for a stoppage of play so the defenders can go for a change. But that was some fast-paced hockey to start period number 3. 12 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the third frame, and we're still knotted up at 2 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Schultz collecting possession. 3-on-2 for East Grand Forks if they hurry. This one is going to go to Sophia Lukic. She's going to throw a shot towards the net. It's going to miss wide, glove side, and now Roseau is going to have an opportunity to clean it out, to break it out cleanly. Erickson skating, entering the East Grand Forks zone, makes a nice move, and that one's going to go off the post and out. She thought she scored that one, did Lily Erickson for Roseau. That would have been her second goal of the game at a similar spot, but that one goes off the iron, and we're still knotted up at 2. Now coming the other way is Schultz. She's going to throw a slap shot towards the net. It's going to miss wide and ring around to the far boards, and then the 2 teams are going to battle after it there near the hash marks. Roseau skating away with it. They're going to break it out through the neutral zone. And they're going to throw a shot on net. Lily Erickson, that's going to go off the pads of Rasmussen for East Grand Forks to the near corner where East Grand Forks is able to pick it up. Rasmussen's going to pick it up and clear all the way down, but that's tipped by a Roseau player, so icing is going to be negated. Roseau with plenty of time to break things out. Skating with it now is Magnuson. Magnuson entering the Greenwave zone, throws it towards the net. That is steered to the far corner by Rasmussen. Unable to get it out. Summer Bufflin throws it towards the net. That one's going to go off the glove of Rasmussen, and that's eventually going to be cleared out, this time by East Grand Forks' McDonald. Teets is going to tip that one in. Roseau commences their forecheck. This one is going to be broken out nicely. A nice bounce that went the way of East Grand Forks on the stick of Rasmussen. Only momentarily, Jasmine Hovda trying to make a move, and an amazing breakup there. Got to give credit to number 12, that is Ava Kleinwachter. And she's put together a tremendous opportunity. That's Jasmine Hovda, one of the best players in the state, and Kleinwachter was able to step up and take the puck away from her. Roseau now skating along the blue line, now entering the Greenwave zone. Dropping it back towards the point. There to intercept it is East Grand Forks. That is going to be number 22 for the Greenwave, and that is Jolie Aker. Roseau is able to collect possession yet again, dump it deep below the goal line of the Green Wave. Janicki collects it from the near face-off dot. She tries to center a breakout pass, not able to connect with Aker. However, it was able to sneak out into the neutral zone, so Roseau had to regroup. This puck is dumped all the way down, a deflection, so icing is going to be negated yet again. Fast-paced third period here. We still have 9.5 minutes left to go in the third frame, all knotted up at 2. A shot towards the net goes wide. Now battling for it down there is East Grand Forks' Laura Pesch. Coming away is Jasmine Hovda. 1-on-3, Jasmine Hovda goes once again against, that's going to be number 17 for East Grand Forks. That's one of the McDonald's. That is going to be Sydney McDonald, so great defense. You can tell they're prepared for Jasmine Hovda, and they are keeping her in front of them. Now here comes Blake Schultz. Near side, she's going to drop this one off to Laura Pesch. Laura Pesch fighting for it. Now she's going to collect it in between the dots and the blue line and dump it deep below the Roseau Rams goal line. Roseau goes D to D. Summer Bufflin with a nice move behind her own goal line. Creates an easy breakout for herself. Nice spin move below the goal line there for Summer Bufflin. Now skating into the end is Ullman for Roseau. She's going to throw a shot towards the net. It's going to miss, but it's going to wrap around to the near boards. And Roseau's forecheck is going to commence. Remick, a goal scorer for Roseau, throws that one below the goal line. Teams are battling for it now on the far hash marks. This one's going to bleed out into what could have been danger territory, but nice work there from Berg for East Grand Forks to get that out of trouble. Fast-moving third period here, all knotted up at 2. I only think we've had one whistle so far. There's just over 8 minutes to go in period number 3. That one thrown on net by Teets is going to go just wide. And now East Grand Forks is going to try break this one out of their own end as Roseau goes for a partial line change. That one is going to go over the stick of Björk for Roseau. She's going to collect it and try throw it towards the net, and I think that's going to be too many men on the ice for Roseau. And that's not sure what the penalty is here or what the whistle was for. We're going to have a face-off at center ice, so it's not going to be a penalty against Roseau. 7 minutes and 55 seconds. I'll let the clock catch up to where we're at. So, unsure what the whistle was for. Nevertheless, the face-off at center ice, that could have been a penalty. Hooking. But it's going to go uncalled. Falling down behind her own net for East Grand Forks. That is going to be by. Now Roseau has an opportunity now from the near hash marks on the offensive end for the Rams. This one's going to come back to Kaveen. She throws a shot towards the net. It was tipped on the way by Ketrig, but good focus there from Rasmussen to stay in front of that one. Now here comes Jasmine Hovda, circling the wagons in the offensive zone for the Rams. Eventually, still maintaining possession. Far face-off dot, one-time opportunity, unable to get all of it was Kettering. Jasmine Hovda did everything but put it on a plate for her, but luckily for East Grand Forks, Kettering was not able to put that one home, and that was a missed opportunity for Roseau. Amazing play there from Jasmine Hovda, just showcasing her skating ability in the offensive end for Roseau High School. And she was able to draw all the attention towards herself. She tried center it towards her line mate, Ella Kettering. Kettering got a little bit of the puck, but obviously not all of it. And we're all still tied at 2. Just under 7 minutes to go in period number 3. On the far side now with it for Roseau is Ullman. Ullman tries to drop it off, but that's intercepted. Now Yannicke has it. Yannicke crossing center ice. She's being pestered by Summer Bufflin, senior on 8th grader there. Summer Bufflin's going to come away with it. And she's going to turn it back and have a breakout opportunity. Still being pestered by Yannicke. Nice hold there momentarily. But now Roseau is going to skate in with some speed. Remick trying to find Lily Erickson back door. Just a stride behind the pass was Erickson. And Roseau is really starting to apply the pressure. East Grand Forks dumps that one all the way down, but it was tipped by a Roseau defender, so no icing on the play. And we play on. Back to gather it is McDonald for East Grand Forks. Does a good job of evading the forechecker Remick. Makes a nice up pass to Blake Schultz. Schultz gives it back to McDonald. And McDonald trying to shove it up the near boards. Lukic with an opportunity, skating into the near hash marks of the offensive end for the Wave. Throws a shot, but that is paddled to the far boards. And now Jasmine Hovda has it, and she's skating through the neutral zone with speed. Jasmine Hovda with Blake Schultz right on her. Schultz able to take it away after she was wrapped up by McDonald. I'm not sure if wrapped up was the right word, but body on body there. And now Schultz is skating with it below her own goal line. She's going to try find Lukic on the near side, the near goal line. We got 2 East Grand Forks defenders and 2 Roseau Ram
forecheckers. Nice opportunity there for Hedlund for Roseau. Another nice save for Rasmussen. And now here comes Blake Schultz. Blake Schultz entering the offensive zone. She's going to throw on the brakes and elect to dump this one in and go for a line change. Now under 5 minutes to go in period number 3. Skating it out is Kettering. Kettering being met by Berg. Berg slowing her down. Now Berg trying to gain possession below her own goal line. Rings it up the near boards. With the puck with it there is Lola Pesh. Lola Pesh centers it. Her centering feed is going to go to Sofia Lukic. Lukic dumps it out into the neutral zone where Roseau is going to collect it and try re-strategize. Now entering the zone is Remick. Remick throws a shot towards the net. Rebound, still alive. Finally get a whistle. Britlin Rasmussen, 37 saves. A lot of grade A opportunities here in period number 3. And that puck was still live for quite a period of time. Skating in with it was Peyton Remick for Roseau. She threw it on net. There was a big rebound. Another opportunity went to Lily Erickson, and Britlin Rasmussen was all over all of those shots. A shot from the point comes in. This one from Johnson. It's going to hit traffic in front. Not find its way towards the frame. Nice move there for Janicki. Now breaking the puck through the neutral zone is East Grand Forks. Bodied on the far side. And we're going to have a penalty against Roseau. Drawing that penalty for East Grand Forks. That is going to be number 22. That is That's Jolie Aker. So Jolie Aker taken down on the far boards. And she was taken down by Lily Erickson. So one of the top penalty killers for Roseau is going to sit in the penalty box. I got to stop our clock here. We have 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in period number 3. And half of that time, East Grand Forks is going to enjoy having the man advantage. Blake Schultz gets kicked out of the face-off dot. And Roseau wins a consequential face-off, but able to hold it on the far side is East Grand Forks. Schultz has it on the far circle, trying to find a Laura Pesh backdoor. Pesh able to maintain possession. She's going to give it to McDonald. McDonald gives it to the point. This one is going to go towards the net, but it's going to miss wide. Now Laura Pesh below the goal line. It's going to bleed out to the slots, and now here comes Jasmine Hovda with speed. Jasmine Hovda against Ava Kleinwachter. Nice defense by Kleinwachter to keep her to the outside to avoid a shot on net. Kleinwachter takes down Hovda behind the goal line. No penalty is going to be called against East Grand Forks, so play continues. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Green Wave. Roseau with a critical clear there out to the neutral zone. Back to get it is Kleinwachter. She makes a defender miss. Now entering the offensive zone for the Green Wave. Skating it all the way down below the goal line of the Rams. She's going to ring this one around to the far boards where Lukic has it. Lukic is going to hand this one off to the McDonald from the high slots, and that one is going to find its way wide of the net where Roseau collects it and is going to dump it all the way down. Remick wins that battle. Peyton Remick for Roseau, and she's going to take a spill on the far side, and she's slow to get up. And we're going to have a whistle on that play. No penalty is going to be called. And it looks like Remick is down. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to take this quick timeout. We're going to be back in 45 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We have an exciting 2.5 minutes left in this hockey game.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm, too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I cut that commercial break short. We don't want to miss a second of the action here. Final 2.5 minutes here, and we're all knotted up at 2. Collision between Remick in the far corner and the official resulted in a minor stoppage of play. As we continue, 18 seconds remaining on the man advantage for East Grand Forks. Janicki has it. Nice centering pass to the middle of the ice, and a nice play there for East Grand Forks. Skating in with it now is Jolie Aker. Jolie Aker battling now with the Roseau defender in the far corner below the Rams goal line. And that will do it for the penalty. Coming out of the box, and this could be a chance. This could be a chance for Roseau's Lily Erickson. Lily Erickson coming in all alone, and she takes advantage. Coming out of the penalty box, nice find. And Roseau takes the lead with under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Let's take another look at that one. This replay is brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. So coming out of the box, nice feed there from Roseau. And Lily Erickson all alone puts on a nice move, backhand, low block side. Once again, that replay is brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. And Roseau takes the lead. With 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining in period number 3. And the assist officially went to Jasmine Hovda. I wasn't able to gather that from the replay. But Jasmine Hovda, keeping her head on a swivel, finds Erickson coming out of the penalty box. And now East Grand Forks is going to have to start thinking about pulling Britlin Rasmussen to get a man advantage in the final minute and a half of regulation. First, they got to get the puck out of their own end. McDonald gets it out to the neutral zone, but that's immediately collected by a Roseau defender and dumped all the way back into the East Grand Forks end. Roseau absolutely clogging up that neutral zone, not allowing East Grand Forks much opportunity to break through. And here Hovda with another turnover. Throws a shot towards the net. That's going to miss high and wide. And here comes Blake Schultz. Here's an opportunity for East Grand Forks. You want the puck on her stick. She's going to throw a shot towards the net from the top of the near face-off circle. And here comes Rasmussen, so empty net for East Grand Forks. 6-on-5 for the remaining 35 seconds of the regulation. Roseau able to get it out on the far side. Nice job there from Ullman. This one's going to be played now by East Grand Forks. This is Aker. Aker has the puck taken away from her. Now Remick has it, and she has a wide open net, and she's going to take advantage. And that is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back for East Grand Forks. An amazing hockey game that they've played here tonight, but they're going to come up just short against Roseau High School. That goal is going to be awarded to number 7 for Roseau. That's Peyton Remick, her second of the night. So I'm going to write that down on my scoring summary, and we'll go over that in the post-game show. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break and then hear a word from our sponsors and be right back to wrap up tonight's action. East Grand Forks trailing by 2, score of 4-2 on our All True Health System scoreboard. With 10 seconds remaining, the fans start to make their way to the exit. They were treated to a very quality hockey game tonight between these two northern Minnesota high schools. And that's the final buzzer, folks. Final score from the Civic Center in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Roseau High School 4, East Grand Forks 2. Roseau with 2 late goals to take the lead, and they never looked back after that. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors, but when we come back, we will wrap up tonight's action during the postgame show. We will be right back with the postgame show on KNOX Live Sports.
There's never been a better time of year than now to get that new Ford from Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks. It's the model year closeout, and you can drive off in a new F-150 XLT and save up to $14,500, or choose low 2.9% financing for 60 months. Ford Escape, another great buy. Save up to $4,250 and get low 1.9% for 66 months. Hurry in for huge discounts and low financing during our model year closeout at Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping up tonight's action during the post-game show. The post-game show is brought to you by Lake Region State College. We change lives, and Spray Advantage, everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Here at the Civic Center, we're treated to an amazing girls high school hockey game tonight between two northern Minnesota high schools. Roseau comes out on top by a final score of 4-2. They score the only 2 goals of the third period, and that was the difference in tonight's matchup. I'm going to bring you through a quick scoring summary. East Grand Forks took an early 1-0 lead with under 4 minutes left to go in the first period. That goal came by way of Blake Schultz. Then Roseau had 2 unanswered goals to finish out in the later stages of period number 1 to tie things up by a score of 1-1. A goal came from Lily Erickson. And then just a few moments later, Peyton Remick had a goal off of a long rebound from a shot that came from her teammate Ella Kettering. Then in period number 2, the only goal during that frame, East Grand Forks scored short-handed, that one coming by way of Blake Schultz. Yet again, she had both of the scores tonight for the Greenwave, both of them coming unassisted. Then in period number 3, after thrilling back-and-forth action, each team having their fair share of opportunities, Roseau was with the game-winning goal. This one came off of the stick of number 6, Lily Erickson. And this was as time was expiring from a penalty that Erickson had committed. She came out of the penalty box, and with her head up, Jasmine Hovda fed her, and she was able to walk in all by herself and scored on the backhand low blocker side, and that ultimately became the game-winning goal for the Rams. And then just a couple of minutes later, with an empty net, Peyton Remick was able to seal things up. And that is the scoring summary that culminated in a 4-2 win for Roseau against your East Grand Forks Greenwave. Right now, let's give out some awards for tonight. We're going to do a condensed version of the post-game show since we had a late start to tonight's broadcast. Let's start things off by handing out the player of the game. The player of the game is going to be brought to you by PS Garage Doors. The PS stands for Pride in Service. The player of the game, I'm going to keep it on the East Grand Forks locker room. I'm going to give this one to Blake Schultz. You could really tell that the separation that she had with everyone else on the ice tonight, on her own team and on Roseau's roster as well. And that was resembled on the stat sheet as she had both of the goals for East Grand Forks this evening, both of them coming unassisted. One in the first period, that came at even strength, and then one in the second period, and that came short-handed. So your PS Garage Doors player of the game is going to be awarded to East Grand Forks number 8, Blake Schultz. And then taking a look at what else we should hand out, let's take a look at the highlights of the game. This highlights of the game is brought to you by Proceed. Need Seed, Think Proceed. And this is the play where we saw Jasmine Hovda find Lily Erickson coming out of the penalty box all by herself. And she was able to make no mistake about that one. So that is going to be our Proceed highlight of the game. Need Seed, Think Proceed. And then that will couple with our Misty's Balloons by Misty celebration of the game. So a nice celebration there for Roseau's Lily Erickson after scoring that game-winning goal for the Rams. Celebrating behind the netminder Britlin Rasmussen of East Grand Forks. That is going to be our celebration of the game, brought to you by Balloons by Misty. The celebration does not begin until the balloons arrive. And then I am also going to give the Finest Auto Trim cover of the game. That is brought to you, obviously, by Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, we cover it all. I'm going to give that to Britlin Rasmussen. We have the scoreboard turned off, but she had at least 37 saves tonight, maybe even have been 40. One of the goals on the scoreboard came at an empty net, so she was able to stop all but 3 of the shots that Roseau threw forward. And the scoreboard didn't look too tilted, but let me tell you, the shots on net statistic was tilted on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. So Britlin Rasmussen appears to have cemented herself as the starting goaltender for the Green Wave with a stellar performance here tonight against Roseau High School. And that should do it for tonight's broadcast. Thank you for joining us on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Our coverage of girls Minnesota High School hockey tonight at the Civic Center in East Grand Forks. The Green Wave fell to the Roseau Rams by a score of 4-2, but they put together a valiant effort, and you got to think that head coach Alex Robertson is very pleased with the performance they put together here this evening. So that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Make sure to tune in on the radio this Friday as Grand Forks Red River will play for a state championship at the Dakota Bowl. That kickoff is expected to start at 3 p.m. from the Fargo Dome. Thank you for joining us tonight, and have a great rest of your evening.